Gaming news today is all about confusion. First, the GTA 6 2 trailer, or trailer 2, I should say, and the release date have been big question marks, but one reliable leaker has pointed to a release window that's falling outside of the current 2025 date. And we will also look at the recent milestone that GTA 6 has crossed, which, well, it's adding to the frustration of the public that's been waiting to hear something. Second, PS Plus is seeing a price increase, but not everywhere. It's also maybe the beginning of subservice prices increasing, not just for PlayStation, but for other companies as well. Is this a sign of changes, inflation, or something else? Third, Ubisoft is making a Battle Royale. Yes, you heard that right. Ubisoft, the company that's not in a great spot right now due to poor planning, poor execution, well, they're apparently building a Battle Royale. And when you hear the details, you're probably going to think this is an elaborate April Fool's joke that's just sort of late on arrival. And as always, I'm going to have a game for your wish list and your radar at the very, very tail end of this show open. So if you like this kind of content and you're watching on YouTube, make sure and hit subscribe. Make sure and check out my Twitch channel as well. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the exact same time. And if you subscribe on Twitch, you'll never see an ad. If you are watching on YouTube, I don't have that feature, but I do have extra content for you. If you want to get into all that extra content, hit join and then consider picking Member Plus so that way you don't miss out on any of the content. It's $6 a month and it supports me directly. So let's get into the meat of it here. GTA 6's release window, in case you missed it, a friend of the show and now suddenly a very reliable leaker, Mr. Detective Seeds, recently had more to say about GTA 6. Now, previously, he indicated a very large game was added to the back end of PlayStation. So I reached out, I contacted one of my reliable sources, and they did indicate that the game added to the back end of PlayStation was indeed GTA 6, and it did have a fall 2025 release date. Now, Detective Seeds is saying that GTA 6 will release in the middle of November. And yes, that is actually still considered fall on the calendar. I had to look that up. November always feels like winter to me, but a mid-November release date would be a fall 2025 release date. Just yesterday also marked a huge milestone for GTA 6. It has officially hit 500 days since the first GTA 6 trailer debuted. Current theories point to Mafia marketing needing to happen first before they start marketing GTA 6. And now, well, we know that Borderlands 4 is releasing on September the 23rd. Middle of November seems like a pretty good target. It also lines up with other leaks from middle-aged gamer guy, Mag, as well as Detective Seeds, both saying that the GTA 6 marketing will begin in May and that PlayStation will be involved. Now, this puts the marketing window at about 5 to 6 months before November, which Strauss Zelnick recently spoke to this as being the sweet spot for marketing campaign lengths. So it seems that the breadcrumbs and the info are lining up for a marketing push for GTA 6 to start in May and the game releasing in mid-November. Let me know what you think in the comments below, or we can discuss it in the live stream. Now, we also have the PS Plus price increasing hitting the airwaves. According to Insider Gaming, Sony is raising the price of PlayStation Plus memberships for subscribers in Canada, and here is what they found. Quote, "A visit to the PlayStation Store in Canada shows that the price for a year subscription has increased to $109.99 Canada currency for the base essential plan. The extra plan that includes access to Ubisoft Plus Classics and the PlayStation Plus game catalog has risen to $189 Canadian. And lastly, the premium plan that adds the classic catalog, game trials, and cloud streaming is now $224 Canadian. Now, you might be asking, okay, well, how much of an increase is that? They reported the following. Prior to the price increase, PlayStation Plus plans in Canada were $94, $154, and $189. The results are a 15% increase for essential members, 22% increase for extra members, and an 18% increase for premium members. Now, we can only assume what this is related to. Is this because of inflation? Is it the global currency challenges that companies are facing right now? Insider Gaming reported that, quote, Sony has yet to make a public statement on the price increase as a publishing. Instead, the store's website has been updated and emails are being sent to current subscribers. Now, the current subscribers are receiving an email that's saying that this will allow Sony to, quote, continue bringing high quality games and benefits to the PlayStation Plus subscription service. Well, I don't think a 15, 18, and a 22% increase is justified by some kind of a glib sentence like that. For now, we're just going to have to wait and see if other subservices follow suit. We did hear that April, there was another subservice that was going to see a bump in April. We have yet to see that happen. So, bad news for fans of PS Plus. It seems like those prices are going to go up. Now, speaking of going up, this game might end up going down when it finally hits the airwaves. Ubisoft is making a battle royale, and what you're looking at right now is Apex Legends, and funny enough, this apparently is the game that inspired them to do it. Insider Gaming said that they learned that Ubisoft is currently developing a new battle royale game that's heavily inspired by Apex Legends, and this is what they say. The game, which is currently under the project name Scout, is so heavily inspired by Respawn Entertainment's highly successful Apex Legends that it was once used as a thumbnail for the project. It's understood that the game has been in development for at least a couple of years and will feature very similar characters to Apex Legends, including a spin on Pathfinder, Wraith, Lifeline, and other characters from the game. Now, you're probably asking the same question that I'm asking. Why? Why would you do this? Well, there's an answer to this. This is what they say. One source said on the project, quote, "I think the goal is to capitalize on the player count of Apex dropping and Ubisoft thinking that there's room in the market for another hero battle royale." Sure. Given that Marvel Rivals is clearly benefiting from the downfall of Overwatch 2, I could see why somebody might think this is a possibility, like, hey, we're going to cut in on battle royale, you know, Apex is losing players or whatever. But really, like, a battle royale, that's your crack squad plan. I mean, you talk about a really poorly placed bet. Now, maybe they're thinking this is worth placing the bet because let's just say it actually does do well. The return on battle royales, the return on live service games can be astronomical. But if it doesn't go well, I guess they're used to that by now. Anyways, according to Insider Gaming, Ubisoft is internally not even having a good reason to do this. The project seems to go against Ubisoft's own internal research team. They actually asked the question internally, what's next after Battle Royale, while citing the decline in players across various Battle Royale games, including Apex Legends. So it seems like they're sort of contradicting themselves. It's like, well, Apex is losing players. This is not a great, game type to get into right now. And yet they're also saying, well, maybe we should make a battle royale and try to cut in on the loss of players. I mean, you make of it what you will. I think it's a really, really bad idea. Last and certainly not least, I've got a game for your wish list and your radar. Lords of the Fallen 2.0 is an update that just landed yesterday, and it adds a lot of great quality of life updates, a fully shared progression co-op system, a free friends pass, refined combat and movement. They did enhancements to the combat mechanics by improving your weapon responsiveness. They upgraded lock-on with Grievous Strike prompts, smoother evasions, and more fluid battles. They improved combat audio. There's a faster soul flay, smoother movement. There's also a new lamp guidance feature that will help you find the next vestige. Character creator's been overhauled. They have a dedicated jump button. The UI's been overhauled. They revamped tutorial and guidebook. So listen, if you're like me, you bought this and it was pretty rough around the edges when it first came out, this would be a great reason to reinstall it and check out the latest 2.0 update in Lords of the Fallen. So that's the show open, and now it's time for the discussion, and I forgot to change the lights, but that's probably going to help us. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, and we're also going to be going live on Twitter today. We're trying a little experiment, so if people watch over there, that's completely and totally fine. We're going to do a little retweet of that, and we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to push the button, and hello to Twitter if you're watching this while I'm live on Twitter, or you're watching this later. We are going to start to offer the streams on Twitter as well. You can obviously watch on Twitch. You can watch on YouTube. In those various places, we greatly appreciate you watching in all the various places. And also, if you're following on Twitch, if you're subscribing on YouTube, thank you guys so much for doing that. Great, more Battle Royale, more hero classes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Ubisoft is thinking, to be quite honest. I mean, if you're going to be, if you're going to be entering the landscape right now, that would be like the last one that I would think that you would want to do. I don't think we're live on Twitter, though. I don't think it's working. Maybe it just takes a second. I don't see you live. Yeah, I hit the button. We tested this yesterday. It's not going live, though. I wonder if the stream key changes. I bet you the stream key changes stream to stream. Scheduled. The stream is gone from my... what? Yeah, my live stream schedule is gone. I don't understand. I'm looking at it right now on Twitter as a scheduled stream. Post this, share this. I don't understand. Yeah. What if you don't go live at the scheduled time? Does it like screw it up or something? I didn't go live right at 10. I wonder if that messes it up. Wheels44, thank you so much. Let me just go ahead and delete the tweet then. That's a worthless tweet. I don't understand. Let me not go live. I'll have to schedule it again, I guess. Imagine Twitter being broken. Yeah, exactly. If you guys are watching on YouTube or Twitter, make sure, especially on YouTube, you guys are smashing the like button. I played the crap out of Lords of the Fallen when it came out. Got 70% through it. Can't wait to dive back in. Yeah, I remember playing it. There was a night where we played it with Madam, and it was very frustrating. You know, it was very frustrating. It didn't work all that well. It was one of those ones where the more we played it, the more I just saw the rough edges. And it sounds like one of those ones. Oops, sorry about that. It sounds like we were not alone in feeling like Lords of the Fallen was pretty rough around the edges. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, it sounds like we weren't alone in feeling that way. It seemed like a lot of people were like providing that feedback. We will try this one more time over there. Let's see. Create a new source. I don't understand. I had all this set up and it's all been reset. That's very, very strange. That is very, very strange. I had it all set up. And it all reset. Twitter has like a thing called producer, and like you go in and you basically set up a source, and you set up the source, and you set up the stream key and all that, and then it should just be there. It should just be there ready to go, and it's not. That's very, very strange. Thank you guys, all the ones following over here on Twitch. I greatly appreciate it. Everybody watching on YouTube as well. We're concerned about accurate stream schedules. It's just gone. It's like I scheduled it. We tested this yesterday. Creature and I scheduled it, and I definitely went live after the schedule time, and it worked perfectly fine. So I'm not really quite sure what happened, but it definitely did not work, and I'm not sure why. But we'll see if we can't figure it out right now. Just trying to be live in multiple places. It's also strange that they want to, as far as image file types go, they want you to use a PNG, which is very strange. If you guys have questions about the GTA 6 release date, we actually have not covered GTA 6 in quite a while. One of the reasons that we didn't cover GTA 6, in the last while, is because it just didn't seem like anything was actually happening. And one of the reasons that I don't like covering things like that is because if you cover it too much, then people just start to get annoyed. But also, it's like anytime they do anything, everybody's talking about GTA 6 because everybody's just so anxious for information. Everybody wants to know, are we getting any information? Are they going to say anything? And when they don't, it can be very, very irritating. Kylo Green, clickbaiting GTA 6 again is wild. Just wait till official stuff comes out. I'm not clickbaiting at all. We had actual information come out. Don't like it, don't watch. Diago Padraro using their Prime sub over here on Twitch. Thank you so much, getting us a little bit closer to that goal. I appreciate it very, very much. I do. We've gone weeks without doing anything with GTA 6. A bunch of headlines hit. They hit a milestone. We got claims about a release date. So I put it in the show. I mean, there's plenty of other things to talk about. You're allowed to show up and make it about something else. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's good, Cool Spoon. Happy Good Friday to you too, Cool Spoon. You the best. All right, let's do this. Let's try this. Create the broadcast. All right, it's been created. Oh, I'm on the wrong account. I'm on the wrong account. Hang on. That's why I couldn't see it. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, chat. You want people to follow your Twitch? How about we just ban you instead for self-promotion? That's against the terms of service on the platform. Where do I hit the like? Sorry, wrong site. That's right. There's no like button to hit on Twitch. You got to hit the follower button on Twitch. That's the little heart. That's the little heart. Okay, let's try this again. I'm assuming it says the status is timed out. Okay, you can't reschedule it though? That's so stupid. It literally says timed out. I'm assuming it's because we didn't go live on time. That's got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of. It literally says timed out. That is so funny that's how they treat streams on Twitter. So I'll just have to set the start time at 11 or something, like an hour. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. I'm notoriously late to everything. You know, I'm really bad at starting on time. I guess me and Twitter aren't going to get along. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. You know, I'll have to set up streams over there well in advance. I wish I could just reuse the settings. That'd be really great if I could do that, but there doesn't seem to be the option to do that. So, yeah, we'll give this one more try. I was scheduling it on the wrong account. Curious what you guys think. As far as the GTA 6 situation and the situation with Detective Seeds. I don't know if you guys have seen. He's been getting a lot of grief. He's been getting a lot of hate. About different things, and not sure where you guys land on it all. I feel like a lot of it's just completely overstated and kind of dumb. But I feel like he got the one thing right, and people were acting like he got the one thing wrong. Like I wasn't too sure why people were being so upset about it. All right, here we go. Post. Let's try this again. I can't type. I literally can't type this again. Let's try this again. Okay, post. All right. And then let's delete the timed out one. Let's just delete that. There we go. Okay. We're going to try this one more time, chat. Okay, so if you're watching this right now or later on Twitter, we're trying something new. We're going to be streaming on Twitch, on YouTube, and Twitter all at the same time. And Twitter is allowing us to now schedule streams in advance. And I scheduled one, and I guess because I didn't go on time at the right time, they didn't like it or something. So we're going to try this one more time. And if not, I'll just delete it and we'll figure out what we got set up wrong. Personally, I don't think he's reliable at all. His Oblivion info was a mess. Yeah, so it says, OBS says I'm streaming, but it's not going live. Again, I don't understand what is the problem with the ability to stream over there. It doesn't make any sense. I have the appropriate stream key set up. I'm not going live because of the scheduled time? Oh my gosh. This has got to be one of the dumbest things. I wonder if there's a window of time when you schedule it do you have to go live within that window of time? Okay, save. I was live on the back end I was live on the back end of Twitter, but I wasn't live on the front end because it wasn't 11 o'clock yet. That's a really stupid system. He's had pretty good info on other games, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he's had very reliable information on other things. Like, I feel like Detective Seeds has had reliable information about other games. And this is something I've always talked about with insiders and with leakers and with people that, like, they get info, they put the info out there. I think that they're only as good as the info they get. Now it says 7:30. I changed it to 10:30. It didn't even change on the front end. I don't get this at all. This is a pain in the butt. Thank you, Mike on the mic, for gifting a subscription over here on Twitch. Oh, let's get the goal up, and let's make sure I'm thanking people on YouTube. If anybody on YouTube has been doing your renewals and stuff, we'll try this one more time. All right, we're going to try this for the third and final time over here on Twitter. We are trying to go live with their streaming software, their streaming producer software, and now it says I'm live. So we should be live on Twitter now, and that should enable people to watch. There we go. It finally worked. Wow, that was painful. Anyway. Seems like it's a hassle. Yeah, it seems like you can't wait too long. Like, if you have a scheduled time, you can go like a minute or two after. But I guess I went like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes after, and it didn't like that. I said, I've seen, not going to argue with you. You're entitled to what you think. Wish you did. It isn't clickbait. And 9 days ago and 3 weeks ago, it's weekly clickbait. I tell you what, Kylo, you know what? You're just not welcome here, bro. You're not welcome here. I don't want to have to deal with your dumb accusations every time I want to talk about GTA 6. Find somewhere else to hang out. AC Valhalla is $15 on Steam right now. If y'all haven't played, that's a steal. Has Mash found out about Twitch? No, Mash hasn't been here. It's weird to click on something, call it clickbait, and then continue to hang out. That's weird behavior. But hey, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, chat? That's the world we live in right now. It says starting at 10 a.m. It still doesn't show live post. Live. Let's just do that and see if that works. I want it to be playing in the feed. This is so stupid. The way that Twitter does this is so dumb. It's glitched and says 11 still, so it doesn't automatically play. Whatever. I'm sick of looking at it. I am going to pull it up over here on the. I am going to pull it up over here though on my browser. That way I can see the chat if I need to. And then we'll just put Twitch like this over top of it. There we go. Perfect. We did it, chat. I'm just getting on. What's the news with GTA 6? So the news with GTA 6 is Detective Seeds is claiming a mid-November release date. We've got a mid-November release date. It's been 500 days. A bunch of articles hit. It's been 500 days since trailer number 1. And so we also have Middle-Aged Gamer Guy and Detective Seed saying that the GTA 6 marketing will start in May. It won't let me chat on Twitter. Self-report. Self-report? What are you talking about? Oh, the default setting for streams on Twitter disables chat. I don't know if I can turn that on. I don't know. Oh, I can't change it. Sorry. Yep, there's no reason for me to have it pulled up. That's my bad. That's not a self-report. That's just the default setting. But if you don't like something, I'll just not watch. But to come in here and tell you I don't like it, yeah, make sure and do that first every time. Thank you, Rissick, for 43 months of memberships on YouTube. I got a couple people to thank. Hang on, I missed these things. So Han shot first, and so did you. Mike on the mic with the first gifted member, and then a gifted member from John Lepkowski, and then Rissick. There it is, setting up the 20 bomb potential on YouTube. And Mike on the mic also gifted a member on Twitch as well. So you guys are batting the ball back and forth. Thank you so much. It let me chat. Yeah, but no one's going to see it. I've created this. That's right. What does it mean when a game is added to the back end? So basically what happens is you have to load in games on the back end of the database. So it's like essentially like a placeholder. So according to my source, and according to, why can't I see YouTube on the blended chat? Hang on one second. Platforms, YouTube. This app sucks. I have to keep relogging back in on YouTube. Like, that's so annoying. And now it says monitor. There we go. Now I can see the YouTube chat. Golly, it always logs me out. Why does this person on YouTube think you don't do your research? Maybe he should watch all your videos and see how knowledgeable you are. I don't know who that is, and I don't really care. I don't really care who that is. Like, there's plenty of people who make content about me, and they're not honest, and they misrepresent my positions pretty regularly. I don't really concern myself with the content of people that lie and lack integrity. I just don't care. Like, I really, really don't. It just doesn't bother me. Like, there's an ocean. There just is an ocean of content like that on YouTube, and they're all the same. They all use the same thumbnails, and they all say the same things. Like, who cares? Wait, what about the back end? Okay, so it was like a month ago that Detective Seeds claimed a very large game had been added to the back end of PlayStation. So I'm thinking to myself, the only game that would be, holy crap, Nightfire gifts 10 subscribers over here on Twitch. Thank you so much, getting us even closer to that goal. Man, oh man, we're going to have a bit of a back and forth today between the platforms. So thank you again, Nightfire. So basically, I thought there's only one game that could be, because he was like, it's a game that's going to be, in the fall or whatever. So I reached out to a source that I trust, and I said, hey, I'm hearing this game getting batted to the back end of PlayStation. Have you heard anything? Is it GTA 6? And this person indicated that it was, in fact, GTA 6. So I thought, awesome, sweet. And this person also indicated that it has a fall 2025 release date, okay? Then a couple of weeks later, Detective Seeds tweets that it'll be out in the middle of November. Well, middle of November is still fall. So most of Seed's stuff has been spot on. The only thing he got wrong recently was some of his stuff with Oblivion got wrong. But I've always said, when it comes to insiders, I don't hold them like their feet to the fire if they get something wrong. They're only as good as their info, and sometimes sources get things wrong. That's just kind of the nature of it. Like, I don't think it's like this alarming thing or this worrisome thing if somebody gets something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I've generally looked at these insiders, most of the time, and it's sort of it's like they're only as good as the information they get, and a lot of the times the information is ever changing. Does that make sense? I don't necessarily think we have to constantly be like, oh, they got something wrong, then we can't trust them. Like, they're going to get things wrong. They're going to get timing wrong. Thing is, Seeds did do some guessing on the Oblivion stuff he got wrong, so it wasn't really the info he got wrong. Right, but you're going to have guesswork, are you not? Do we think this Oblivion thing is actually happening next week? It's pretty concrete now. Like, there's been multiple corroborative responses from sources out there. It's not just Seeds. It's not just Seeds anymore. That tells me he has a source that has access to info if he was that dadgum close, right? If you're that close, what you think? I mean, let's analyze the possibilities here. Do you think he just randomly guessed about the Oblivion remaster and somehow got that close? No, I don't think you could guess something that random and get that close. I think he had info, and I think the info was just slightly off the mark. I mean it. I don't think he's out here just guessing and getting lucky. That's so impossible. Like you would never be able to do that. Let me know if you're interested in collaborating. What is this thing? They specialize in camera systems. Well, that looks pretty dope. The only person I trust for gaming news. I mean, but I'm only as good as the info that I go and get. Like if I go and read an article and I read it to you and then the article ends up being wrong, you can't come back and be like, you're a liar, Lono. Be like, well, I mean, I just read bad info. You know what I mean? Seeds is in YouTube chat. He says, I'm not smart enough to guess that well. It wouldn't even be a matter of intelligence to guess that well. It would be a matter of dumb luck. It would be a matter of dumb luck. Like you'd totally have to just fall over backwards into it if you were gonna guess and be like, oh yeah, he was a couple of weeks off with the Oblivion thing. Like you can't do that. That's not really possible. Thanks for the gifted sub. Well, thank you for being here. If you're watching on Twitch, consider clicking the heart. That's the follow button. You'll see my streams on a regular basis. If you like this kind of a safe for work talk show, the talk show's back. I'll be here every day of the week. But if you don't like seeing those ads, well, consider subscribing and you won't see them on Twitch. YouTube, I can't do that for you. But when you do become a member on YouTube, you get into extra content like IRL streams in my backyard or the stream this evening with Madam. So consider clicking join and becoming a member plus. Lono's Inside Man. I have 2 people I can contact that have been very reliable, and I only contact them if I'm like, okay, I want to see if I can get some corroboration here. I've got 2 people I can hit, and that's it. I'm like, hey, what is this? No member stream with Madam. Yes, the stream with Madam will be on Twitch tonight, and eventually that'll be a subscriber-only stream. You guys are going to get that content for free for a little bit on Twitch until I can get partnership up and running. We got to stream for a month before we can get that. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, boys. Nice, strong turnout on both platforms, man. Let's try to get to 200 likes on YouTube. At least you're willing to say that you'll read it wrong. A lot of people don't do that. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, it's a lot easier to just say, hey, I got that wrong than to, like, dig your heels in. I've gotten things wrong, and I'll just make a video about it, or I'll just admit it in the live environment, you know? That's not hard to do. You just say, hey, I got this wrong. You know what I mean? Barrier says, I went back after the big update after Vanilla. I still didn't like it. It's probably a lot better now, just not interested. Or are you guys talking about the Lords of the Fallen thing? Chat wants Lono to have Hideaki Nishino and Phil Spencer as his source so he can get reliable info. So Twitch will get Friday night stuff with the subscription. Yes. I can't do that right now. So instead of like depriving the Twitch channel of content, I'm just letting them have it. It's like a trial period. You guys can get it for free for a month over there. Green Room, streams with Madam, streams with Hilly, stuff like that. Eventually that stuff is going to be, you know, behind the paywall, because that's extra content that we do for the paying people on YouTube as well. Lords of the Fallen 2.0 is massively improved. Combat feels so good and responsive. I'm late. What was the leak date? Middle November. So the GTA 6 release date that's being leaked is middle of November. Lono, will you give Lords of the Fallen a second chance because of the updates? I'm not really in the mood for games like that right now. My backlog is so full. I mean, I'd rather play First Berserker Kazan. I'm just kind of not in the mood for Souls-like games. Now, because they added like the progression, the co-op progression, we could certainly have some fun with that maybe, but I just don't know. I have to be in the mood for that. And right now, I'm just trying to clear through the backlog. I'm just trying to play. Isn't Kazan like a Souls-like? Yeah, but you can set it to easy. Like, I'd rather just set that to easy and just enjoy the art style and the blocks and the parries and not have it be so punishing. Like, I know Lords of the Fallen probably gets crazy hard. Like, I've just embraced, I have just embraced casual dad gamer life. I've just embraced it, bro. Like, I'm casual dad gamer. I don't want to play games that are really hard. I just don't, you know? Conversely, I don't want to play games that are stupid easy either. Like, my wife and I were playing Big Helmet Heroes, And we got pretty bored because it was just so mindless. It was so easy. It was just too button mashy. Like both extremes, I get kind of annoyed. I just don't have fun. You know what I mean? I'm 85 hours into FF7 Rebirth. I've 100%ed everything so far. Just started chapter 13. I bought Lords of the Fallen recently on cheap. I'm definitely looking forward to playing it soon. If you guys are coming in looking for the GTA 6 news, the GTA 6 release date or whatever, the current theory from some of the people in here that like to theorize about this is that GTA 6 trailer 2 won't show up until they get to sort of get some of the marketing off the ground for Mafia the Old Country. If that's true, I would imagine we're going to see some pretty heavy Mafia push in the next week or two. Isn't Kazan a Souls-like game too? Yeah, I maybe you might not have heard my answer. It is, but you can set it to easy. You can lower the difficulty in Kazan. You can't do that in Lords of the Fallen. I'm not even a dad, but I'm now getting into my casual dad gamer part of life. I'm bored from Destiny 2. I'm not looking for games that I want to dedicate to my life to anymore. Yeah, that's another version of becoming like more casual. Is like you just don't want to play something that you have to play like every single night. I think that's totally fair. Kazan Easy Mode was just rebalanced. It should be better now. I'm playing on normal, and it is super punishing, but I love it. The thing that I liked about Kazan, First Berserker Kazan Easy Mode is that it wasn't easy. It was just you stayed alive longer. It's not easy. Like, you're not going to button mash your way through Kazan. You have to still nail your blocks, your parries, your dodges. You just get to stay alive a little bit longer. Not only do you get to stay alive a little bit longer, you also you consume less stamina. So it just creates higher survivability, right? Does it really get easier? I don't have as much time with a 5-year-old. Totally get that. Yeah, it's not story mode. Yeah, be aware. I streamed that game on easy mode, Lion. If you want to go watch my Kazan gameplay, that's easy mode. Now, they've since rebalanced some of it to, I think, make it a teeny bit easier as well. But it's not story mode. It's not like journalist mode where you're going to button mash your way through it. What's good, Captain Steve? I haven't felt excited for a game in ages. Elden Ring was the last game I really got hooked on. There's nothing on the calendar this year that you're excited about? Captain Steve, you also said earlier, Lono's my replacement for Edge Magazine. His gaming knowledge is great, in my opinion. I may not agree with 20% of what he says, but that's just like Edge Magazine. Love Lono's channel. That's very kind of you to say. Captain Steve. Thank you, man. Don't worry, after Mafia the Old Country marketing, GTA 6 will be next. Yeah, Perfect Image has been one of the ones saying that. It's extra margin for error. GTA is looking like next year. Why do you think that? What are you looking at to come to that conclusion? It's so funny because I buy less games now, but I'm probably more hardcore in how I game than ever before. So you're like a selective drill down. Like, you're very selective, but then you drill down in the game. I get that. I always felt having an easier life in those types of games is a plus for some of us who just don't have as much free time. I beat Consort Radon with no summons, and even I put First Berserker on easy. Normal just felt cheap with the amount of mobs between bonfires, says Jamal. You know, I will say, I did feel like that was the thing I liked the most when I put it on easy. What are you sipping on? Just some of my own coffee. Hang on. There it is. I'd love to shout out some Reforge roast orders today. If you guys are coffee drinkers and you've never tried that, that's not a sponsor. That's ours. It's in my house. We ship it to you. My kiddos put little pictures and thank you notes in the bags. So use that coffee command or go to reforgeroast.com. I did see an interview with maybe creative director of marketing director at GTA 6. He said they subscribe to the strategy of very limited and spaced out marketing. That was the CEO of Take-Two, Strauss Zelnick, that said that, Kirk. And that is on point. That's exactly what they do. And marketing starting in May lines up with a mid-November release for GTA 6. Yeah. King Troopa, what's good, man? Just gifted a subscription to Huffster over here on Twitch. We're officially 25 sub points away from the next milestone on Twitch. You guys are crushing it. We could have a bit of a race. We're 25 sub points away on Twitch, and we're 20 away to the stretch goal on YouTube. You guys could have a little race. Who can hit it first? Just stop by to bless the stream. I appreciate that, King Troopa. Windex says, I think it's the source that people get their information from, even if it's an article is BS. If I get my information from Twitter and I get it wrong, does me repeating it make it okay? If I repeat a lie, I think it'll make it hard for people to watch me, right? Okay, well, think of it this way. I get what you're saying, Windex, but think of it this way, okay? Think of it this way. Let's imagine that you have somebody that works at a company and they tell you, yep, we're dropping a trailer next week. And you say that and you tell people that and it ends up being correct. Thank you, Anthony Robinson, for 20 months of Member Plus on YouTube. He says, count it, gamer dude. That's a really great reason to upgrade to Member Plus on YouTube. You get to add to the total. So let's say I get that right? I got a guy that works at the company and he says, yep, the trailer's dropping on this day, all right? And then I do that 2 or 3 more times and I get it right every time. And then let's say I come out and I say, hey guys, they're dropping something next week. It's going to be a surprise, blah, blah, blah. And I end up being wrong by a couple of weeks. Something internally changes and that person's info was outdated, right? They had an old memo, they had an old email, and timelines had shifted and changed. That doesn't mean I lied. That doesn't mean I brought a lie to the market. That's typically what happens with the people that are leaking, right? So GTA 6 release date, landing mid-November, or like, I'm not coming out and telling you when the GTA 6 trailer 2 is going to hit. I'm not doing that. That certainly is entirely different. Yay, Captain Steve with 20 months of Member Plus. Excited for Light No Fire. Can you get more news on that? I've not seen anything on that, dude. You know Sean Murray, Steve. That dude, I love Sean Murray to death. But that dude won't say jack squat. And then he'll be like, a little emoji, and it'll go viral. Frick him, bro. Screw you, Sean. You know, say something. Say something, Sean. No, I think they're fun. I think Hello Games, I think they have fun with it, but they haven't said anything. They've been tight-lipped. I thought they were heating up by adding things in No Man's Sky directly from Light No Fire, and then they were heating up to market and announce, and then nothing happened. I was like, okay. He says things like the day before. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I think right now, all signs point to, all breadcrumbs point to GTA 6, right? GTA 6, you know, that trailer 2, GTA 6 trailer 2 is coming in May, I think. I think that's when the marketing starts. You know what I mean? Kirk says, it's dependent on whether you have actual knowledge that the thing you're broadcasting is a lie or not factual. Lona talks about how people doing that really bothers him frequently. Yes, repeating something that you know is not true or that you know is slanted, distorted, or misleading, I think that's far more egregious than somebody coming to the market and saying, here's what I heard, and what they heard ends up being inaccurate. Like what Seeds said about Oblivion was just inaccurate. It wasn't untrue. That game is coming. He just had the dates wrong. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? And another gifted member comes in from Joker Quinn. It looks like YouTube wants to hit their goal first. We're at 583. They're 17 away. YouTube's 25 away. Let's see. Let's see how it turns out. Every month, everyone says GTA 6 trailer is coming next month. One of these times it'll be true. I stopped doing the GTA 6 trailer 2 predictions and theories. I stopped doing that in March because I was like, we're hearing April 2nd, we're hearing April 1st. Let's just kind of wait and see. Those dates came and gone, and I was like, I'm done. I'm just going to go with what Middle-Aged Gamer Guy said and what Seeds have said. They're saying marketing kicks up in May and PlayStation will be involved. That's just what I keep saying. AstroTurfing Gate got people in their feelings, so they're looking to get you on something. I'm amazed that tweet caused that much trouble. I really am, Lion. I really ruffled feathers. I hit a lot of dogs, you know? Hit dogs bark. I hit a lot of dogs with that one. And Classic Gifts, a member over here on YouTube, and gets us to 584. It's all quiet on the Twitch front. We'll see. YouTube's wanting to show off. Thank you so much, Classic. I'm calling PETA. The Oblivion wasn't even being talked about. The Seeds touted it before anyone else. No, the Oblivion stuff was in circulation before Seeds said something. Yeah. What tweet? What did I miss? Well, a while ago, I sent out a tweet about how I was sick of the astroturfing, and I just walked through what had been happening, which was a lot of the guys that are very pro Xbox, they just kept changing their opinion in what they were saying, and they were always just parroting the talking points of Xbox. And I'm like, you're just astroturfing. And they think that astroturfing only counts if you're like actually paid money in the background. And it's like, no. Fake grassroots movement is a form of astroturfing. You're making it seem like this is what everybody thinks, this is what everybody believes, and all you're doing is parroting the marketing talking points of Xbox. And I was sick of it, and I said it, and I got a lot of hate, and I got targeted, and I got attacked. And I just think that's because I think I put my finger on a nerve. I think people knew what I was saying was true. And another gifted member comes in from Def Driver, putting us exactly 15 members away. YouTube, trying to get to that 600. Twitch, you need 25 more. If you guys have a Prime to use, you can really, really get us there quickly. Can we talk a little bit about the new pre-order date for the Switch 2 and the increased price on the peripherals? I thought I thought they said they were holding on pricing. What peripherals went up in price? I didn't see that. Is GTA 6 coming out this year? I believe that GTA 6 release date is still this year. Yes, I believe they're going to hit it. I do. I believe it. You've been watching me for years now. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. Jason, you've been following me since 2018. You're the frickin' man. That's a long dadgum time to follow. By the way, if you're getting ads on Twitch, you won't see those ads if you're a sub. That's another great reason to be a sub on Twitch. I don't give you any ads over here if you're a sub. Polygon News 8 minutes ago. All right, give me 1 second. We have about 200 people watching on Twitter, too. Holy mackerel. We're kind of hitting a broad spectrum today. That's amazing. 300 on Twitch, 450 YouTube, and 200 on Twitter. Let's get it. Let's get this multi-stream thing, you know? Let's do it. I've never really done it before. This has been my first week. Wasn't you naming names? I didn't name any names, homie. No, that was a lie they spread about me. I didn't name any names. Nope. Never did that. I made it pretty clear who I was talking about, and people got upset. So I don't know. I've decided that I don't really care about that anymore. You want to know why? If you want to AstroTurf and choose the wrong team, you keep doing it. Nobody will remember you in 5 years because the entire industry is moving in the opposite direction of all their predictions. So I don't really need to name names. I don't. They're choosing poorly. Okay, here we go. Switch 2 pre-orders will begin. Yeah, I saw this. You're saying the peripherals are going up? I'm not seeing any peripheral information here. I'm just seeing that the pre-orders are going live. They're holding fast on the price of the device itself. Nintendo. Oh, hang on. However, Nintendo Switch 2 accessories will experience price adjustments from those announced on the April 2nd due to changes in market conditions. Other adjustments to the price of Nintendo products are also possible. So yeah, the accessory Nintendo is saying that there will be price adjustments. Yeah. You informed me well. I mean, it just happened. Yeah. Yo, what's good, Psycho Hex over here on the Twitch chat? Appreciate you. Wait, holy crap. I may be late to the party, but welcome back. Yo, Lolling Buddha, that's an OG name. You've been following me on Twitch since 2016. 9 years, homie. I got it back this week. And we got a 2-month re-up over here. It's been a long time. I know you because of Destiny 2. I'm glad you came back to Twitch. Well, thank you so much. Somebody using their Prime sub. Twitch is answering back. They're answering back. They need 24 more subs, and you guys need 15 more members on YouTube. It's a race to the goal. You want to know the GTA 6 release date? We all want to know the GTA 6 release date. The current information that we have points to mid-November. Both Middle-Aged Gamer Guy and Detective Seeds are very reliable, and they said that the marketing for GTA 6 starts in May. PlayStation will be involved. And then Detective Seed said that the GTA 6 release date will be mid-November. And another subscription over here on Twitch from Jimmy867. You're back. I'm back, Masters. We're back on Twitch. Glad to have you in the chat. Appreciate it. We got a whole day of content for you on Fridays. I do a talk show like this. I'll hang out with my boy Hilly. We're going to play some Repo, and then I'm streaming with my wife tonight. You're going to get that members content for free for a little while on Twitch. Bro, look at YouTube. I am looking at YouTube. What's going on YouTube? Oh, Mile High! Mile High, I'm so sorry. Mile High did too. I've got to put, it doesn't put gifteds in my, I'm using a combined chat thing now, Mile High, and it doesn't put them there. It puts them, I have to have that open up at the top. I'm so sorry. There it is, 587. I don't know. Lolling Buddha renews their subscription on Twitch, and it's for 40 months. 40 months. Unbelievable. Getting us a little bit closer, 22 more on the goal. Oh, you're the man. That's such a long time. And Mile High is going to do another one. Mile High gifts another one. It's a race. It's a race. 588. 12 more. We need 12 more on YouTube, and you guys need 22 more on Twitch. Yeah, sometimes your follow dates got messed up. And a gifted member. Oh, I'm sorry, sub. A gifted subs from Lolling Buddha. He gifts 5 and gets us a little bit closer over here on Twitch. 32 months ain't bad with a 5-year gap. Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Paying Elon to stream to X. Rip. Oh, shut up, F-Cat. I'm paying the smallest amount. It lets me upload longer videos, and it lets me stream over there. It's expanding my reach. And a 5-bomb on YouTube from Rockin' Robin. And that takes us to 93. 7 away. Oh, you're going to have to put it in a high gear now, Twitch. Twitch, you need 17 more, and they need 7 more. They've got a 10 lead on you. Is this the same Lono account or a new one? I should have been following since 2016. Master, you've been following since, like, today. So, they reinstated the channel. Some people lost their follow date. So, yeah. Yeah, Eugene lost his follow date, too. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. If you renew your subscription, it'll give you all your months for that. And another gifted member comes in from Mile High over here on YouTube and gets us to 594. If you guys are watching on YouTube, thanks for hitting the like button. We're basically to 200 likes. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah. Some people lost their follower dates. Yeah, so glad you're back. Appreciate it. Lost my follow date too. And Twitch just got, you guys got 20 animated emotes that you can use today. I added 20. So you have 20 standard and 20 animated, a total of 40 different emotes. So we're back, baby. We're basically back. In a month, we're going to reapply for partner. And Mile High gifts another one. I know what Mile High's doing. He's trying to set it up. He's asking somebody to do the 5-bomb to 600. And then a 5-bomb comes in from Wilbur. And you guys did it. You did it. We'll just say you just unlocked... Madam makes all the decisions in Blueprints, okay? We're going to play Blueprints tonight. If you guys roll it over again, maybe we'll do something with Wheel of Fortune where, like, we'll let somebody else play with us or something. It'll be me, Madam, and a third. Who do you want the third to be? Happy I was watching on YouTube this entire time. Well, I appreciate that, Team Multiplied. Glad to have you back over here. Mine was probably around somewhere between 2016 and 2018 on YouTube as far as the vids. I wasn't a big fan of using Twitch back then. It says you followed since 2019, Solemn. So yeah, you probably like unfollowed and refollowed in 2019. Should we do a 10-bomb on Twitch chat? So somebody can. You certainly can. YouTube hit theirs. YouTube likes to roll over and go for stretch goals. They're crazy like that. And Diogo Padrero does a 10-bomb on Twitch and gets us within 7. Unreal. Crazy. Enjoy all those gifteds. If you get a subscription to me on Twitch, you don't see ads. You don't see any ads. Any games coming in November? We don't have a single date. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. When it comes to release dates, we don't have a single release date beyond like September, I think. What happened to your Twitch before? 5 years ago, I was suspended over claims that I contested, and then I waited basically 5 years for it to be reinstated. I just miscalculated the date. I just have been 2019 instead of 2020. I have terrible memory. That's okay. And a 5-bomb comes in from Wired Rope. There it is. 2 away from the goal on Twitch, getting us to another sub-point milestone. Thank you so much, Wired Rope. No one wants to put a date down until Rockstar does. The GTA 6 release date has the entire calendar in a holding pattern. It really does. And there it is. Diogo Pedrero lands the plane with 2 gifted subs. Look at that. Just like that. Both goals hit. You love to see it. I didn't set a super chat goal for YouTube. I'll make sure and do that, though. Hang on. I will gift a member. There we go. Lono instigating the chats. Yeah, fight. I want to let them fight. Congrats, Lono, for getting your Twitch channel back with the followers intact. Thank you, T-Bone. I appreciate you, T-Bone. You the man. You the man, you the man, you the man. Super close to 800. Yeah, 796 already. And another subscriber comes in. Hardcore Gamer uses their Prime. Welcome. Thanks for the gifted. If you got a gifted subscription on Twitch, you can always pay it forward and gift it to somebody else. That way they don't have to see the ads either. Yo, it's Corey Massey from YouTube. Thank you, Corey, for double dipping. If you enable it, it shouldn't take long. That's why you aren't getting one. Who's not getting one? Somebody not getting a gifted? I don't know. If, you got to enable it. You got to say yes to it or whatever. Scotty B says, what's up, Twitch? I talked to a friend in the industry, and they're like, yeah, we literally can't do crap until Rockstar does. Yeah, GTA 6 is got the whole industry in a holding pattern. And there it is, Ryan Hare with the Agents of Chaos. He says, let's go for another one. You guys are insane. You're absolutely insane. The fact that you're going to roll over. I thought we were going to chill. Well, there we go. We got to pull in a third. We'll do Wheel of Fortune and we'll pull in a third. Missed 2. Rockin' Robin gifted a subscriber on Twitch, and Hardcore did a Prime one. What else did I miss? And then I had an Agent of Chaos on YouTube. Is that everything? One game is basically the iceberg in the room. Nobody wants to be the Titanic. I also think that people are just waiting for GTA 6 trailer 2. I think they're just waiting for GTA 6 trailer 2. I think you've got people that are like, dude, I'm not going to frickin' sit around and, wait for the trailer. Or I'm sorry, they're waiting for the trailer, I should say. Does that make sense? Like, nobody wants to be the one to pull the trigger. Like, nobody wants to be the one. So, like, they're basically waiting for the trailer as well. It's like I was shocked that Death Stranding 2 is in June and not later in the year, but I think everyone's trying to avoid it. I think PlayStation right now is going to do Lost Soul Aside is late May, Death Stranding 2 is late June. I think Yote is late July. I think they're going bam, 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 and they're just done. Because they know once GTA 6 hits, that's it. That's their primary console mover. That's their primary sales metric. They know that. Like, I think PlayStation's behavior, I think we know that they know that GTA 6 is coming this year. That's why I'm confident in the date. I don't understand how you do 2 chats at once. Trying to be in YouTube chat and Twitch chat at the same time is crazy. I have a combined chat app. I've been told in no uncertain terms, if we release next to Rockstar, our team might be fired, says Wheezy. I don't doubt that at all. Do you have a prediction for more official GTA 6 marketing? My current prediction is based upon what middle-aged gamer guy and what Detective Seeds have said. I think what they have said is it. Like, I think everything starts in May. All right, we'll start a new sub goal over here on Twitch as well. Let's just keep it going. Let's get halfway. Let's get halfway to the next sub point. You guys are insane. Those animated emotes are so cool on Twitch. They look so dope. Was doing both chats for a bit. Craziness. Yeah, I had 2 chats. I was bouncing back and forth. That's what they did for Ghost of Tsushima year, and that was The Last of Us 2 in the summer. GTA 6 versus Modern Warfare Battle of November. I thought the Call of Duty game was a Black Ops 6 game. Isn't it? I think the Call of Duty gets announced. The last time they did this, I think the next Call of Duty game, Call of Duty 2025, gets announced in May. I think it's Black Ops 6, isn't it? Yeah, all the emotes got approved. All the emotes got approved. So you guys now have 20 standard and 20 animated, and they're all different. So it's 40 total. And everybody watching on YouTube, so many new subscribers over here on YouTube. Thank you so much for doing that. If you guys are watching on Twitch, use that YouTube command. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. I do uploads over there that you will not see on Twitch. Black Ops 6 is the one out now. No. The next Call of Duty is a Black Ops game. It's like a Black Ops 2 sequel or something. They're doing another Black Ops this year, according to all of the leaks. Call of Duty 2025 is another Black Ops game. What's my follow date? I don't want to do this all day. Yeah, yours is just a couple of days ago. It didn't reinstate your follow date. Sorry. Black Ops 7, direct sequel to Black Ops 2, probably retconning Black Ops 3, says Sven. There you go. I come in from time to time throughout the years. Glad to hear you're back on Twitch. Well, thank you so much, Darkin. I greatly appreciate that. I really, really do. If you guys have Amazon Prime, if you pay for Amazon Prime, please consider going over to Twitch and using your Twitch Prime sub on me. That supports me. It supports what we do. It does. If you do that every month, that is an enormous help. Even if you just watch on YouTube. If you watch on YouTube, no worries. Make sure every month to head over to Twitch and drop that Prime sub on me. Fallout 3 in 2027 with Season 3 of Fallout. If you don't use your Prime sub, Bezos gets your money. That's right. The mainline game usually drops in November, saying it'll be COD versus GTA 6. Oh, no, I understood what he was saying, but he said Modern Warfare, and I was like, I don't think it's going to be a Modern Warfare. I think it's going to be a Black Ops. Why would COD stop? I'm not indicating that they would stop. I just said that they would be announcing in May, and then it'll be a Black Ops from everything that we've heard. I didn't say that they would skip. I was just correcting the Modern Warfare thing. I think we had a misunderstanding. Can I do it through mobile? You can. You got to go to the Amazon page. There's a Prime command right there. You go to twitch.amazon.com/prime. Oh, you think it needs to stop coming every year, Ryan? Well, you're going to have a really, really hard time convincing them as a publishing entity to not do that. It makes a stupid amount of money. So it's like when they said they were going to stop doing annual Call of Duty releases, dude, I don't know what to tell you. They that seemed. I remember when they said that, I was like, yeah, sure, sure, Jan. You know, whatever you say, but. I did my Prime sub right on the Twitch app on mobile, says Solemn. There you go. Just reskinned, rehashing the same game every year. In the latest column, Rob Fahey explores the success of Assassin's Creed Shadows in spite of the negative online campaign that preceded its release. GTA 6 late October or early November. Take-Two is releasing Borderlands 4 in September. Yeah, so Mafia the Old Country's in the summer. Borderlands is September. I think mid-November is GTA 6. That's what I think we get. I think that's the GTA 6 release date. They make so much money. Here we go. Somebody's starting us off on our goal over here on Twitch. I can't see who it is yet. It said somebody started us and it's not popping up. There was 3 studios working on Call of Duty, so one could come out every year, but I don't know. Technically, it'll be GTA 6 Online versus Call of Duty. No, GTA 6 will not release with online according to everything that we've heard. According to everything that we've heard, GTA 6 will launch without the online mode. It'll come later. COD's the only game that could come out in the same month as GTA 6 and not be affected a lot. 677 just used their Prime sub on me. Thank you so much. 3 months. You get credit for your month of subs from before. I appreciate it. You have sub points for partner now? I think you said like 800. Yeah, I applied for partnership and they basically said that you need like 30 days of streaming history. I think that's totally fair. Giving me partnership right now after a couple of days, I basically have to stream for a month and then I can apply. I think we'll get it. There's no reason to reject us. I mean, they made us an affiliate almost instantly. It means they need to release GTA 6 trailer 2 within the 2 or 3 months. Yeah, I think everything's starting in May. That's when I think GTA 6 trailer 2 is May. 809 Lion used his Prime sub on me. There it is. Thank you so much, Lion. That is awesome. That actually supports me. It does. You doing that is, if you're already paying for Prime, that costs you nothing but a couple minutes of your time, and then that supports me. You just got to make sure and do it every month. I went back to the start of the stream, couldn't find the rumored release date. When's it supposed to be? Mid-November. Mid-November. We don't have an exact date. We have mid-November. That's what we have. Next couple of months puts us in Summer Game Fest season. That's right. Yo, my man Biggie Smalls with 23 months of Member Plus on YouTube says, hey, we got to impose some tariffs on these Twitch members. They're getting free content for a month. Glad to see you got your Twitch channel back, bro. I appreciate you, Biggie. You've been around a long time, man. It means a lot. And thank you so much pushing that stretch goal a little bit further for YouTube. I don't think you're the type of controversial on Twitch that is considered controversial anymore. That's mostly political streamers now, so I think you should be safe. Yeah, I think our viewership and sub count alone will be fine to get partnership. We just have to prove ourselves. We just got to run. We just got to run for 30 days. You know what I mean? That's all we got to do. And we should be good. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm just looking at, like, performance on some of the previous streams. Like, stuff updates. It takes a couple of days to update. Looks very, very good. Very, very good. The people that continue to support and watch on Twitch, you guys are just... I'm sort of blown away. I'm sort of blown away at the turnout, at the support, at the subs. It's crazy. And it hasn't really affected YouTube almost at all. Like, a little bit. Welcome back. Thank you, Funbags. Average 300. Yeah, having 300 and then 400 to 500. I mean, and then what do we? I don't even know what, you know. I can't tell how many people are actively watching on. I can't tell them how many people are actively watching on Twitter. I don't know how that works. It says 284 views. That's not viewers. I don't think you can get an active viewer count on Twitter. I don't think it shows you. It just says total views. That's just like what? Like the number of people that have seen it? That doesn't seem helpful at all. Twitter numbers are fake. Yeah, that's odd. It just proves that people don't watch live streams on YouTube and you're one before a lot of the big streamers come on. Hey, you know what I mean? Well, what? Gamma Trap! Oh my gosh! Is that you? That's him! That's my man right there. Oh, Gamma, I missed you, bro. I hope you're well, dude. You were always so kind to me, man. You were always kind to me. I really appreciate it, dude. We just got reinstated this week, dude. Man, I love seeing names like that come back. That's so cool. I'm glad I can go back to crapping on YouTube again. Shut the frick up, Weez. You have 299 views on Twitter? Yeah, but it's views. What's that? Does that mean 299 people saw the video? I don't know how many active viewers I have on Twitter. Like, it doesn't show me. I don't know if it shows you. Does it show you on, like, the back end of Twitter? Yeah, it just says that I'm live. I can't see any statistics at all. It's very bizarre. I see, dude. Thought I was going crazy. You're not going crazy. Yo, Jason, thank you so much for using your Prime sub on me over here on on Twitch. And Solemn, thank you so much for using your Prime sub. 5 months. Must feel good to be back. It does feel good to be back. And thank you for all the Prime subs. You guys are crazy. Oh my gosh, does that still work? Is Gamma Trap's tweet still up? Oh, snap! Look at that! A blast from the past! A blast from the past. We have a command that still goes to this tweet from Gamma Trap. Hey, he drew me back then, dude. That's freaking sick. I forgot about that. That is so cool, bro. Can we update it? That's my old tag. My new name. Oh, you just got your government out there. Okay. El Duderino says, I feel like the abandoned stepchild. I'm sorry. I was just excited to see an old name. Lono, I don't think your brain can handle triple streaming. You may be overtaxing your CPU. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Cardoc Ren gifts a subscription to Gamma Trap. Thank you so much, Cardoc. How about the new gameplay of Crimson Desert? Do they say where it's playing? Triple streaming? TikTok? I mean, we could. I don't know. That would be a vertical stream. I can set that up, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't hurt to be everywhere. There's no problem with being everywhere, but still. We have like 5,000 followers on Tik. We do. It'd be better than Twitter. It might be. I'm kind of the opinion if you're going to be everywhere, be everywhere. Yeah, we have almost 6,000 followers on Tik. All or nothing. That's right. The new gameplay for Crimson Desert. Deuterino with a VIP in 34 months says, witness me. And that gets us to 603 over here on YouTube on the stretch goal. It looks great. Just very low conversion. I just figure letting more people know, hey, I'm out here streaming. Like, that's kind of the goal, right? Is to just let people know, I'm back. I'm on Twitch. Wherever you're watching, you can watch me on Twitch. Throw me your Prime subs, right? You know, that's a great way to support what I do. Not sure what you're using, but check out Stream Elements extension for OBS for multi-streaming, including vertical. I've got something that can do that. It's the ADAM multi-stream plugin. It's been perfect. We haven't had any issues with it at all. So you can stream on Insta too. Yeah, that's probably a bit of a waste, I would think. There's not a lot. I wouldn't think there's brand alignment there. There's a lot of streamers that throw their gaming content on the Tickety Talk. Looking at bro, we got to go ahead and make at least 20. Make it at least 20. Massive, what you talking about? Making what 20? Lord Shadow subscribing to me over here on Twitch. Thank you so much for doing that. That's so stinking kind. Pushing it and pushing it. Rumble. Stream on Kick. Yeah, you spread me too thin, and I'm not going to be able to read what anybody's saying. I'm not going to be able to read anything. You know what I mean? Taking the Xbox approach to streaming. That's right. Everything is a Reforge Gaming stream. Days Gone remastered next week. Oh my gosh. There's too many games. There is too many games to play, dude. You know what I mean? There may be some news today. Hang on, what's cooking over here? We got Tommy Hendy saying, so you're saying we're getting Bloodborne 2, Titanfall 3, and GTA 6 info today? Thanks for the heads up, Paul. Yeah, Tommy Hendy. That's a good joke. Next week's Days Gone, Expedition 33, and apparently Oblivion. What the heck are we supposed to do? Pause time to play all these games? You know what I'm saying? Jason using that animated emote over here. Frick. Yo, C. Lou renews their subscription for 2 whole years on YouTube at a Member Plus. Guys, the Member Plus count continues to rise on YouTube. You YouTube homies, keep bringing the heat. Show these Twitch guys what you're made of. We're at 610 Member Plus. We need that to be at 700, so consider upgrading. I know a lot of you are going to keep watching on YouTube and you love it over here. Well, that's a great way to get more content. Unlock those IRL weekend streams, man. We just did one recently. You should be able to get Expedition 33 early. How? How does the Pro Sub help you? Pro Sub help you? Oh, the Prime Sub? It adds to my sub count, sub points, helps me unlock emotes, and I get money from it. It supports me directly. How you doing, Reforge? What's good, Dark Effects? How are you? I'm double dipping. Silu's double dipping, my man. Thank you, Silu. I didn't hear much about Forever Skies. Is it doing pretty well? Did it officially release? PlayStation Store? Did they have their release date? When did it release? What was its release date? Oh, it released 4 days ago. It's got an, it's almost got a 90%. It's got a 4.46 on PlayStation. So that is an 89%. Forever Skies Steam. 89% on, an 89% on PlayStation and an 83% on Steam. So check out Forever Skies if you haven't checked that game out. It is an exploration co-op survival game. I believe you need to be careful. I don't think you progress if you're not the host. I don't think you progress in that game if you are not the host. So, I just got my notice through Lurk It. I'll be getting early access this morning. Oh, yeah, I could probably use Lurk It. I need to connect my Twitch to Lurk It. We'll probably, with my follower count, we'll probably get all sorts of stuff now. I tried Forever Skies. I'm so extremely disappointed in the exploration. So many copy-pasted, pre-generated areas, and most of the cool tech is locked behind story quests instead of exploration. Really? That's unfortunate. That really is. I gotta say, I'm glad to support your own Twitch through Prime. I just want to thank all the gifted memberships I received on YouTube. Well, that is very kind of you. And Darth Seth just used their Prime sub on me over here. Thank you so much, Darth Seth. You've been following me just now, but you've been around for a long time, it looks like. You must have come from YouTube, Darth Seth. That is so kind. You guys that are doing that, that just, I wish I could put into words what this week means for my family. I really do. Dropping my YouTube like and heading back to Twitch. Thank you, Nova. I wish I could. I wish I could put it into words. I really do. Like, it's not hyperbolic to say this is life-changing. It really, truly is. From YouTube. Thank you, Darth Seth, for doing that. You guys that go over there to Twitch from YouTube and throw your Prime subs, I mean it, man. That's just crazy. What's good, Cadbury? How are you? Time to lurk on Twitch and clean the house like the old days with Orbit streams. My man, Boxer. We all remember those Orbit streams. We do. What about the GTA 6 leak? So the GTA 6 leak comes from our friend Detective Seeds. Detective Seeds indicated that a really, really big game was added to the back end of PlayStation a while ago. I was able to confirm with a source that I trust that was in fact GTA 6 added to the back end. And then Detective Seeds also recently said that GTA 6 will be releasing mid-November. Now, that's not all he said. He said that the marketing for GTA 6 will heat up in May. PlayStation will be involved. That was corroborated by middle-aged gamer guy Mag, who's also a friend, and he's been very friendly and kind to me. Love you, Mag. He said the same thing. He said GTA 6 marketing will kick up in May and that PlayStation will be involved. Don't go getting soft on me. I'm not... we don't need to put it into words, Lono. We who have been here know. Well, I appreciate that, Cardoc Ren. Gamma says, I'm not trying to wake some snakes, but it's been real pleasure watching that unhinged... oh, yeah. No comment, Gamma Trap. Why would PlayStation be involved? Not like they need help marketing from PlayStation. So it's interesting to hear that. Well, I don't think they need help. It's not that they need help. It just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's not that they... Hang on, I said that incorrectly, I think. It's not that they need help. Yo, Dylan gifts a member over here on YouTube. I know what you're doing, Dylan. He's trying to attempt a 20 bomb on YouTube. We're now 20 away. I actually owe you guys some members. Hang on a second. Oh, I can't gift right now. What the frick? Oh, I got to pop out the... Let me just do it over here. I owe you guys some members. I think I owe you a 10 bomb. I'm going to do a 10 bomb. I think I owe you a 10 bomb. So I'm just going to... That's just what I'm going to do. There we go. Pop out the what? Pop out the chat. Master says, I'm glad everything's being corrected. Time and truth are undefeated. I kept saying that. And I held fast, stayed true. We did our work on YouTube, and I'm thrilled to be welcomed back. You know, I really appreciate. I will keep saying it. I'll keep saying it until I'm out of breath that I'm very appreciative of Dan Clancy. Taking the time to email me and respond to my emails. That was, it meant a lot. Yo, Darken Baru with their Prime sub over here on Twitch. Thank you so much. What is this? Okay. Twitch Lono is tactful. Be like Twitch? Nope. No, sir. Patiently victorious. GTA and PlayStation have a long-term relationship. Yeah, let me go back to that. Sorry, let me go back to that. I lost my train of thought because Dylan gifted a member. He's trying to tempt that 10 bomb from, the 20 bomb from somebody. YouTube's been flexing today. You guys are crazy. You guys did this without Mash, by the way. Mash was on vacation this week. He's like our big king gifter on YouTube. Anyway, I don't think PlayStation and Rockstar working together is like, oh, Rockstar needs help. It's just a good relationship. I want you to think about it from this perspective. Thank you so much, Solemn, for gifting a subscription to Zinthos on Twitch. Think about it from this perspective. You are launching your game, your long-awaited game, on console only. And there's one console in particular that has done a very, very good job with market saturation. This is also a console that has Mark Cerny working directly with developers to get things like, proprietary anti-lag VRR in Black Ops 6 made for the PS5 Pro. A game like Assassin's Creed Shadows is being described as a generational leap on the PS5 Pro. This is a very winsome platform. I kept trying to tell people that PlayStation is very, very magnetic to developers. So GTA 6, working with PlayStation with and around marketing, PS5 Pro enhancements, I got news for you. It's going to be a really hard time for the people that have been very anti-PlayStation, anti-PS5 Pro. I think they're going to have a really hard time in about a month. I think they're going to have a really hard time because I think PlayStation has really, really cemented itself as the market leader, and that means a lot to GTA 6 and Rockstar. They're not launching on PC. They're launching console only, and PlayStation is the current king in that realm. So you can write all the fan fiction you want. You can do all the podcast tweets and astroturfing you want. It doesn't change the facts. PlayStation's the leader right now. They're the king. So one king working with another king, it just makes sense. What does PlayStation being involved with the marketing mean? They'll pay for some of it. It's usually like a mutually beneficial agreement. PlayStation will push out their own marketing. They'll put you on the front page of their dashboard, right? GTA 6 PS5 Pro bundle. There could be bundles. There could be bundles. I mean, come on. There's so many things that they could do that they both benefit from. Wonder how performance on the base PS5 for GTA 6 will be. Who knows? If nothing else, anything advertised with the PS5 Pro features for a game like AC Shadows gets me excited for how PS5 games will play on the PS6. I want you to imagine what games like Yote are going to do, or Death Stranding 2. Games that have been built just for the PlayStation 5 suddenly harnessing Pro stuff. Look at what AC Shadows was able to do. It's unbelievable. PS5 surpassing 100 million consoles with GTA 6, for sure. This is why I think the PlayStation release cadence is going to be, we know that late May is Lost Soul Aside. We know late June is Death Stranding 2, and we've heard that Yote's in July. I think that tracks. I think Ghost of Yote's late July. I think PlayStation's like, boom, 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 we're done. That's it. Our games are out. Now GTA 6 can go crazy in November. That's what I think they're going to do. I'm Perishing needs to be an emote. Yeah, you're currently listening to a song I made with my daughter. She wrote the lyrics. She needs a phone. She's dying for a phone. She's perishing. She's 11. It's actually a really good song. Can't wait for Yote. Same. She wrote a new song that if you guys want to hear my daughter's new song, and my son wrote a new song as well, if you want to hear those songs, you're going to have to tune in tonight. I'll debut those tonight when I stream with Madam. I'll just say one of them is about a puppy, and we had to adjust it a few times because it kept saying poopy, and we couldn't breathe. We were all laughing very hard. We finally got it to say it as puppy instead of poopy. It was phenomenal. And she insisted on saving it. I was like, I'm not saving this. Yeah, we use AI. Yeah. They write the lyrics. I put the lyrics in. AI is very good at making synthwave. It's really good at making synthwave. Like, all day today, you've been listening to synthwave that I made with AI. Like, it's very, very good. So people will have to buy a PS5 Pro to play GTA 6, or will also release on the regular PS5 console. I don't think I said anything to indicate that it would only be on the PS5 Pro. That wouldn't make any sense. No, it'll be on the PS5, the Series X, the Series S, and the Pro. But if you look at Assassin's Creed Shadows, I think you can see like what's going to happen. You're going to have games start to look insanely good on, you know, you're going to have games look insanely good on the PS5 Pro. I mean, AC Shadows has been described as a generational leap by Digital Foundry. And thank you for 33 months of memberships on YouTube, Mark. I opened the stream Monday to you announcing that you had been reinstated on Twitch. I sat in silence for a while to take it in. So happy for you, man, truly. Thank you guys so much for continuing your memberships on YouTube. And those of you that continue to support and prefer watching on YouTube, remember that if you have Amazon Prime, you can support me for nothing. It's totally free to head over to Twitch and give me your Prime sub. Like, you do that every month and it supports me. It actually is huge. Gamma Trap says, I've been writing songs for my game. Let me know if you want to add them to a copyright-free playlist. I use Synthwave, so if it's Synthwave, I'm good. I need to set up a music YouTube channel and upload all this stuff to it so that you guys can listen to my kids' songs, or if you want the Synthwave playlist, I'll make that available as well. I've just got to set up a channel. We've been very busy this week getting everything up and running on Twitch, so I haven't had time to set up a music channel yet. I'm not a fan of the controversy discourse around Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I will say this. It's the best-looking game in performance mode that I've seen on console. That's what I've been saying. I told my neighbor, it's the best-looking game this gen. I mean, it looks incredible. I think it surpassed Burning Shores, which says a lot. I mean that. And this was the picture that I showed him. I was like, listen, you know, and I mean, you'll even be able to see just on my phone. This is the picture I showed him. I was like, it looks real. He couldn't believe it. I was like, it looks stinking real, man. Like it's, and when I say real, I don't mean like in the past when we're like, yo, the graphics look pretty real. It looks real. It's like a chiptune dark synth original soundtrack, mostly boss music though, so it might be a tad too hype. Yeah, the way we kind of roll in here, that might not work. It's just like background music. Okay, the free demo version of Star Wars Outlaws. Experience the iconic planet of Tatooine as a scoundrel K-Vess alongside your loyal companion Nix. This was like a pretty extensive demo. Yeah, they're doing a free demo of Star Wars Outlaws if you guys want to try out the game after all the updates that they've done. Honestly, how good Shadows still looks while in performance mode gives me hope that other dev companies can make it happen. I used to just accept that performance mode's always going to look terrible. I'm telling you, it is quite literally the secret sauce. It's the cheat code. It's the thing that really brings it all together. It's the global illumination. The global illumination is what it is. It literally makes everything pop. It's absolutely insane. That's all it is. The demo on all platforms? I don't know. They put it in the Discord just a second ago on PlayStation. I'm not sure. Is the demo... I'm assuming they would put it everywhere. I don't know why they wouldn't. At least Ubisoft nails their graphics. I think they nailed the gameplay as well. It's on Steam. Just found it. There you go. Yeah. This is another song by my daughter. I want Baby Yoda as my child. You can also do 80 FPS 4K max on PC with a 5090. Wow. The illumination looks good, but I feel even the resolution and pixelation even look better than most other games. Performance mode on console. There is a sharpness and a crispness to it. I'll agree with that. Yep. I think it's one of the best ACs. I've been loving it. The healthy relationship of Naue and stealth is one of the best experiences I have had with a stealth game. It's one of the best experiences I've had with a stealth game. It feels so organic. It feels so real. It's like you don't have to go stealth, but they properly motivate you to. And when you pull it off, you feel dadgum awesome. Indiana Jones looks really good on the Pro. Indiana Jones apparently has a great score on the PlayStation Store. I think the FSR implementation is must-have. Been tuned somehow. It's really good. Did the GTA 6 release date get leaked? According to somebody I consider to be a reliable leaker, yes. Detective Seeds indicated that it is coming mid-November, and he's gotten a lot of things right recently. The heck was that? Hold on, back on Twitch. Let's go. Yo, Cavasas Nation. Homie, good to see you, bro. And Smiles67, thank you so much for using your Prime sub on me over here on Twitch. You're the best. We are so climbing over here. It's crazy. PSSR is better with shadows. Missed you, brother. Man, I missed being over here, dude. I miss being over here. Hit the like button. Yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, take a real quick second and get us to 300 likes. We've been talking about GTA 6. We've been talking about AC Shadows. We didn't talk much about the PS Plus price increase. We didn't talk much about the Ubisoft Battle Royale. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee. My man Boxer did a best of both worlds. Guys, this is ours. This is not some sponsor, all right? This is balanced acidity coffee. So if you've never tried coffee before with balanced acidity, they're rip, tear, and seal bags. Very high quality, and we ship it to you. Like my wife and kiddos will put a thank you note in the bag for you. So give that a try. ReforgeRoast.com. You can order Reforge Roast here. Yeah, there was that one time where IMDb revealed the release date of GTA 6. What did they reveal when they did that? I don't even remember that. Killer Instinct says, welcome back. Thank you for welcoming me back. It's been such a great week. It has been such a great week. Hey, bro, I have a request to make. Could you please read this first? Because this is about doing something good for the greater good, but I'm worried I might face trouble for it. I don't know who you are or what you're talking about. All right, so real talk. Now you've had a solid taste of each platform. Which would you say feels the best to stream on? Twitch is by far the superior streaming platform. YouTube has some great features, though. Like, if I need to disconnect and reconnect, the stream keeps going. So that's great. Discoverability is much better on YouTube. It really is. Like, you can soar on YouTube on a particular day if you pick the right topic, title, and thumb. You can soar. You can get so many viewers and so much discoverability. That's like impossible on Twitch. Like, Twitch just works better, right? I'm basically about exposing this. I have his phone number. If I leak the phone number despite him being a criminal with undeniable proof, I'm going to have my channel deleted. I don't know why you're coming to me with this. Like, you can't do that. You can't break the law just because you think somebody is a criminal. If they're a criminal, then go to the law. What are you talking about? If someone's an actual criminal, then you would go through legal process. You wouldn't go to YouTube. Doesn't make any sense. Why would you go to YouTube and break the law if you're not making any sense? Big if true. Big if true. That's right. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm just going to do this. Your account's like 7 months old. You're probably just here to stir up trouble. I would say don't order coffee outside of EU. Lono, would you rather give subs? Yeah, the shipping outside of America is so dumb. Like, you'll end up giving like 50 or 60 bucks to the post office, so we don't ship outside the US. If someone's a criminal, go to the police, not social media. Yeah, that's pretty logical and an adult thing to do. Oh, Kavassis, I remember you, homie. I remember you. You don't have to remind me. I remember you, brother. My channel will get banned if I dox this guy. Right, like what the heck? Shipping is not dumb. Those other countries are an F far away. It's supposed to be expensive. Well, when I say dumb, I'm not meaning like literal dumb. I'm meaning like it's so stupid high. It would be, to me, it's just foolish. I think it's foolish to have have you have to spend that amount of money. If you're trying to support me, there are better ways to do it. Rather than doing $50 or $60 to ship coffee, like give some subscribers or members or something, or super chat, like handing 50 or 60 bucks to the post office for a bag of coffee, that seems like not a good use of your money. Feels so right for you to be back. I appreciate it. When shipping costs more than the product, yeah. By the way, if you're watching on Twitch and you don't like getting the ads, I've turned off ads for subscribers. So that's well worth using your Prime or paying to subscribe. You'll never see any of those. You will never see any of those ads. Novahan says, if someone is a criminal, go to them first, then twit longer, then your blog, then law enforcement. Yo, Googly with the super chat says GTA is overrated. Red Dead Redemption is much better. Okay. Plus, you get all the throwback emotes. You get the throwback emotes. You get the animated emotes. Yep. In about a month, you'll get access to extra content as well. You will. The guys on YouTube know all about that. I have Twitch and Twitter on in the background. You know, I truly support this channel because I don't dog into the other of those two. Yeah, what's great, Omar, is now that we're streaming on Twitter, if people steal the content and put it on Twitter, we have a link. We can say, we streamed this on Twitch, on Twitter. That's stolen. You've been following me since February of 2019, Real Frankie. What's with Twitch not archiving old videos? YouTube is just far more convenient. If that's what you need, Metalhead, yes. Like, I think there's pluses and minuses. There just is. Like, Twitch is just a machine of, like, activity and support and monetization. Cadbury, you're October of 2019. Is Forza worth buying on the PS5? From everything, listen, those reviews are going to hit. I got news for you, man. That's going to be another hard time for the Bleed Green boys. That's going to be a hard time for the Bleed Green boys, dude. That Forza's about to look real nice, especially on the Pro. Reviews are going to be dropping very, very soon. And, ooh, boy. I know a guy that knows a guy that can smuggle the coffee. Forza Horizon, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of Xbox's best games, like this gen. It's going to be well worth it. Yeah, YouTube, you can pause and rewind. That is nice. Pretty sure there's apps that downloads the whole stream on Twitter. There's apps that download a whole stream on Twitter. If we stream on Twitter and we leave the broadcast up, you can't just steal the content and re-upload it. That's not allowed. That doesn't fall under fair use. So We should have a special badge for people who did 2+ years on both platforms, you know? A platform agnostic badge. I don't know how to do that. Xbox better, by the way. Do you guys like the Xbox better? That emote is so good. He just like slides in. It's got the perfect energy. It's like, Xbox better, bro. Hitting follow here, even though I don't use Twitch that much. Well, thank you, Hidero. Again, I'm going to keep reminding you guys, if you're paying for Amazon Prime, you know, use your Twitch Prime sub on my channel. It doesn't cost you anything to do that, and then it supports me. There's apps that download entire streams on any platform. Doesn't make it okay to re-upload it. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, that's you, Hyde? Good to see you, Hyde. Yeah, I knew it. Ormney says, I feel bad for Xbox gamers. I can't think of a reason to pick Xbox over the PlayStation 5 at this moment. All their exclusives are coming to PlayStation. Yo, what's good, Ray? How are you? Good to see you over here on Twitch. Doesn't cost me anything to use a Prime sub. That's like saying Game Pass games are free. No. It was a complete sentence. I said, if you're already paying for Amazon Prime, it doesn't cost you anything to give me your Prime sub. There's a complete thought there. One of us. Lono Crazy looks so good when it's going that fast. That one's good. I was just messing with you. I know, but guys do that with Game Pass. They do. Oh, it's free. No, it's not. Taking a break from Rivals, making a breakfast pizza. Enjoy it. Madam is preemptively getting me munchy food for Friday nights now. She's like getting me some Screamin' Sicilian breadsticks. She was like, what should I get you? Because if not, I'll just pull out Uber Eats and like order that sub sandwich I got that one week was so dadgum good. And she's like, you can't do that. So she'll get me something. Yeah. She's like planning. I'm stupid, man. I'll drink like 2 beers and I'm like, I'm going to eat an entire pizza. It happens to me every time. Yo, Raijin, that's so good. That's so good with the steering wheel. Thoughts on the Star Wars announcements? I'm not paying any attention to them. I'm not. We're 25% of the way on the goal over here on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for getting us there. It's just the male brain. Yeah, it's like I finished my second beer and I'm like, bro, give me a pizza right now. or a cheeseburger. Crazy. I saw someone use Hawaiian rolls and they cut slices in it and they filled it with mozzarella cheese and garlic butter and threw it in the oven. Oh my gosh. That's Madam though, dude. She's so thoughtful. She's like, I know what you're going to do. So she'll get like pizza at a time. A piece of software on a very old Mac updated itself and the new version won't run on the old OS anymore. It updated itself and now it won't work. I'm flabbergasted. Why would it do that? It's like, yes, these are cement floaties. I can wear these in the water. No, you can't. You're back on Twitch. I'm back on Twitch. You can use the Twitch command on YouTube. Head over, throw me a follow, throw me a sub or your Prime subs. Appreciate you guys. Raijin made it rain on the sad one. That's good. Can we stop? Now I want pizza. I'm sorry. Remember to eat the snacks like you stole them. That's what I do. Lito says, wait, I effed that up. How to make it rain properly. I don't know how to do the whole emoji thing. I don't know how to do it. It looks like you have to maybe a dash or something. Oh, you put the rain second, not first. It's Friday. I'm expecting the soliciting emails from Pizza Hut any moment now. Talk about the dankest of foods while I'm at work. Tech app auto updates can suck. I've got an old Apple Watch I used on a bike computer, and all of a sudden I can't use it. I can't use Strava anymore. Yo, Killer Instinct gets 3 months of subscriptions over here on Twitch. Been having a lot of fun getting back into Division 2. Have you ever played it? Yeah, Yeah. I played a lot of Division 1 and 2, and then I always just kind of fell off. It just couldn't keep it going. Waiting on that Reforge roast to go with the morning streams. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Pop's got to relearn the Twitch tech. Homie, when I first got on the back end of Twitch, I had no idea. I was like, what is all of this? It was like another universe. You know? It was another universe. Has anybody been watching on Twitter? How's it been? How's it been on Twitter? Like, has it been tolerable? Like, has the bitrate been okay? I don't even know. Did I retweet it on the bigger account? I don't even know if I did that. No, I didn't. Let's do that. The last time we tried streaming over there, it was terrible. It was truly terrible. Like, the bitrate was all over the place. Still have to wait for Division 2 to fix their mode. It keeps crashing. Who brought up Hawaiian bread pizza? Thanks for ruining my diet. Has there been any video footage of Forza on PS? No, Corey. Nothing. Reviews are happening right now. Does Reforge roast work well with the French press? I think there's people in this chat that have done French press, yes. They've done like pour over. They've done drip. Some of these people use like the reusable Keurig cups. You're streaming on Twitch, YouTube. No, I'm not on Kick and Tick. No, I'm not on Kick and Tick. I'm just on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Kick and Tick sounds funny. Use a French press for the coffee. It's delicious. There you go. Zinthos. That's how Zinthos has it. So there you go. What's the leak date? Don Poole, what's good? GTA 6 release date that was leaked by Detective Seeds was middle of November. We didn't do a review roundup of Mandragora. There's like none. There's like none out there. It's got an 85, an 80, and a 90 on Metacritic for PC. PlayStation, it's a 90, an 85, and a 70. I think it did better. Mandragora. PlayStation Store, it has a 94. No. Hang on. It has a 90 something, but not a 94. 91, I'm sorry. It has a 91. So the PlayStation Store, it has a 91, but it has a 70% on Steam. So it looks like maybe there's some issues. I don't know. It's got a impressive score on PlayStation, 931 ratings, so almost 1,000 ratings. But there was very few people that reviewed it on the on like Metacritic and OpenCritic. I started Bloodborne this past week, and I'm understanding the love for the people have for it. From Software knows their formula, they know it well. Greetings, it is I, Laugh Addict. I remember you. How are you, man? Welcome back. It looks like you changed your name, but you still have your follower date. Homie, you followed me in 2015. Holy frick. I have your name on a piece of paper somewhere. I think you went into one of the raffles. I have like a piece of paper with people that were like getting potential drawings and stuff. It's been a decade. Yes, that's your follower date. I remember your name. You're on a piece of paper in my house right now. I found like these old pieces of paper when we were doing like raffles and stuff. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, my 10-year streamer anniversary was like yesterday. I've been streaming for 10 years. Yeah, like I literally got my Twitch channel back after almost 5 years of being suspended, but then I got it back the week of my 10-year anniversary. Like bonkers. Like here, test. My account creation date is actually February 14th of 2015, but I really didn't start streaming until April. Like I streamed a few times through my Xbox and didn't understand what I was doing. And then when I looked into it, when I actually started streaming, it was April of 2015. It's just wild, man. Wild times. I don't know my follow date. It was around Taken King. August of 2018, Nova. Thank you, everybody who is clicking the follow button over there on Twitch, and also everybody who is doing those subs, Prime subs, and all of that. You guys are getting us closer to our goal. Thank you, everybody who did this. You guys went crazy on YouTube as well, without MASH, by the way. Year of the Bloodborne says unknown. I don't know. Mandragora on the PS5 Pro is really good, says Corey. It runs well, but I don't understand why the game isn't like 120 hertz on the Pro. When you go that high, I don't know. When you go that high, it can mess with things like animations, iframes, attack animations and stuff. Proof Lono was once an Xbox guy. Yeah. That's how I started streaming. I streamed through the Kinect camera. MASH is on vacation. YouTube, you guys did this. You guys did this without MASH. You should really try to show him up. Like we should go. We should go for the 7. I tell you what we'll do. If you guys hit the 7, I'll drop a 50 bomb. I'm gonna throw down a gauntlet, and then you guys over here on Twitch. Let's do some gauntlets here. Let me end the goal that I currently have on Twitch, and let's go for, what would that be? 84? Yeah, that'd be 84. Let's just round it up to 85. Okay, 85. All right. Description. I will gift 50 subs. I'll give 50 subs. So let's scramble on both platforms. There we go. So if you guys hit the goal on Twitch, I'll drop 50. If you hit this on YouTube, I'll drop 50. Let's go crazy. Let's celebrate the end of the week here. Ain't no way you used the Kinect camera. I totally did. I streamed through my Xbox at the beginning. I didn't have a PC to stream with. Yeah. I have a clip. I have a clip. Look. And a 10 bomb comes in from Alex over here on YouTube. He says, let's get started. Ring-a-ding-ding. That's the way. That is the way. Let me go to my downloads. Didn't I download the video over here? Hang on. Let me download the video. I'll show it to you guys. Content. Go away. Collection. No. Video producer. Descending, ascending. Ori is tough but fun. Let me download it. Let me show it to you. You guys ready? Here we go. This is totally me. This is totally me streaming on the Kinect camera. That's me streaming with the Kinect camera on my Xbox 10 years ago. Here, I'll let you listen to it. Hang on. Let me do this. These are the areas of the game that can really, this could be a fatal error right here. Going for that, being a little greedy there, going for that XP. Let's see if I can, and I'm gonna use these. Mistake. Oh, yeah, that's 10 years old. That's 10 years old, boys. That's it. You sound like such a dork. I mean, I was a dork. You sound different. Well, it's a completely different microphone. I was further away. My voice is deeper now. Yeah. Older than your son? That's right. Is a dork. I mean, I am a dork. What do you mean? Your mic sounds like mine? Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't even a mic. That wasn't even a mic. That was like probably the mic in the Kinect. Lona hit second puberty. Yeah, and I got a mixer. I think that helps. You know? Your dialogue's come a long way. Thank you. That was 10 years ago, dude. How many viewers did you get that stream? I had like 16 people watching, I think, which was kind of unprecedented to hit the button back then and to immediately have people watching. Like so that stream, we're well off the rails here. So there's not much going on in gaming news, so we can just talk about whatever. If your audio's cutting in and out, change your quality, Mikey Bot. So I remember that week, I did that. I had people coming in. I had people talking to me. I remember going upstairs in the duplex and talking to my wife, and I said, I think I can do this. I said, I think I can do this professionally. I went and I watched other streamers, and with more, it was confidence. It wasn't arrogance. I was confident I could do a better job than most of the people that I watched. Most of the people that I watched, they wouldn't talk. They wouldn't do anything. They would just sit there and play. And I was like, I remember, I told my wife, I was like, I can do this professionally. And she's like, well, just don't ignore your small business. You know, we need to be able to pay the bills, right? And so I pushed and I streamed and I streamed and I streamed. And for about a year, I had no idea what I was going to do. I was Borderlands. And then it was about, it was sometime in 2016. I was streaming Fallout 4 and it wasn't going well. And I was discouraged. And somebody said, let's go run some raids in Destiny. We liked running the Kingsfall raid. So I said, okay, let's do it. And so I went and I ran the Kingsfall raid. And we immediately had our viewership double. It was super, super crazy. Immediately had the viewership double. And I remember I got a whisper. I got a whisper from, I don't even know how to pull up whispers. I would love to show you guys the whisper if I could figure out how to do it. I don't know how to do that. Somebody whispered me the other day and it popped up. And then I was able to see all my whispers. I think it's somewhere in the dashboard, but I'm not sure where they put it. Anyways, so I got a whisper from somebody named Fistmaster. And he was like, this is your game. This is the game that you need to stream. And I was like, okay. So I basically dedicated all my time to streaming the Kingsfall raid. And it was from... No, I'm sorry. It was in 2015 that this happened. It was in 2015. Middle of 2015, I was discouraged. End of 2015, we did the Kingsfall raid. So Kingsfall raid grind from end of 2015 into early 2016. I got partnered on Twitch early 2016. I cried like a baby for the announcement stream because I had been working so hard to get it. It basically took me a year to get partnered on Twitch. That's why I have a 9-year subscriber badge. So I remember 2017, 2018, you had a great audience and Say No to Rage with guest talk show, great times. Yeah, we did that. We did the Rageless Roundtable. Yep. I started watching Lono with Wrath of the Machine. Our biggest growth period was Age of Triumph and Wrath of the Machine. That was when we grew the most. We exploded during that era of time. And then Destiny 2 came out. It was terrible at vanilla, so all the big guys kind of vacated and went and played other games. I stayed true, stayed in the directory, and basically all of 2018 just grew and grew and grew. And then that kind of rolled over into 2019. 2019, there were some huge events that took place. There were some big things that happened and went down. And that's why when we rolled into 2020, it was nuts. It was nuts. The average viewership was crazy. The sub count was crazy. You know, in the first 6 months of 2020, I basically did more than all of 2019. It was crazy. Like halfway through 2020, I had already surpassed 2019. It was insane. And then we all know what happened halfway through 2020. Yeah, the explosion of growth during Warmine as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Q&A was huge. We would do Q&A. You guys can still use the question command. It looks a little bit different now. But if you're if you're a subscriber, I'm sorry, I don't have any questions to show you just yet. If you're a subscriber on Twitch or a member on YouTube, you can always submit a question with the question command. You missed a Q&A segment? You can do it anytime you want now. You just have to be a subscriber, and you can use the question command. Yeah. Ever forget the Almighty event? Yeah, the Almighty event was crazy. Yeah. Remember the Twitch talks? I remember the Twitch talks. Some of those are still on the channel as highlights. Yeah. I can't remember when I started watching. It might have been just before D2 dropped. The analytical break of Destiny helped fuel the passion for the game. Yeah, we've kind of gone back and talked about the lore of the channel and the lore of the career, and really what happened was I was group therapy for the Destiny community because everybody was angry, and they needed a place to talk about things constructively, and that's what I offered, and that's one of the reasons why I think we had the growth that we did. It was just like people wanted a place to talk about, this sucks, what do we do? And I think that was why it was appealing content. Neo Reaper with a $10 super chat. Really miss you covering Destiny. You always looked out for the whole community and understood both sides, not just the top. I appreciate that, Neo. Here we go. So this is what the questions look like now when you submit a question. Ready? Boom. So Buckeye Plays says, this may be too specific of a question, but I'm just curious. What would you like to see from Reforge Gaming from a success and milestone standpoint at the end of 2025? I don't have like specific things in mind. I think it's a totally fair question, by the way. I just want to keep getting back everything we lost. I think we've gotten a lot of that back. We invested our own time and money and energy in getting the coffee back. We've got partnerships. I got a chair, the glasses. We work with Sprecher Soda as well. Periodically, I'll work with we work with Into the AM. But yeah, there's always that part of me that would love for people to extend the hand or apologize or whatever, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that. My main goal is to just make the content better and better and better so that you're like, this is the best place for me to spend my time every day. I've always said that the core tenet of making content is answering the question, why would anybody watch? Why would anybody come back? And I've always said that puts the impetus on me. The impetus is on me to make the best content I possibly can. The value needs to be so high that you don't want to go anywhere else. Like, I want it to be so painful when I'm on a vacation or take a day off. I want that to be painful. You're like, I don't want you to be able to find a replicant anywhere. That's always been my goal with my content. I'd say in the long term, you've managed to maintain a more healthy audience and presence than most of the Destiny streamers, if not all. You can do whatever you want, and they have to bootleg. Well, I don't think any. I don't want to say something like that. I don't know if anybody's quote unquote bootlegging Destiny. I think you make a home in a game, and it's really hard to do anything else. It really truly is. I know firsthand what it's like to suddenly not be able to cover Destiny, and everything is a spiral after that. This took 5 years to get to a place where we have like a consistent support base and viewership base on YouTube. It's not easy when you suddenly don't have your home game. You build a home and suddenly not being able to go into that home. I mean, it's hard. It's very, very hard. You watch SkillUp's weekly show and news roundup. Who do you watch for influence? I don't really watch anybody for influence. I'll watch videos for information. Like, I'll watch a Digital Foundry video if I feel like I need the information. I'll watch reviews if I feel like I want to do a good review roundup. I try not to watch other creators to get like inspiration. I want to do my thing in my show. So if anybody's ever like, oh, you're doing this thing that somebody else did, I'd be like, I didn't know that, If fun gives you an opportunity again, will you stream Destiny 2? Oh, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'm interested in covering the game from a purely business perspective now. Oh, that something did fall off that lid. It was like a sticker. Yeah, I'm interested in covering it from a purely business perspective, given everything that's happened with Bungie and the layoffs. I'm interested to see like what their plans are. I'm also interested to see if I think PlayStation's going to put pressure on them to make Destiny 3. You become a slave to the game and the community. As a general gaming chat, you can go in any direction and not be locked to one audience, for sure. We all deserve second chances. Well, I mean, I appreciate that, Cadbury. I agree with that and fully support offering that to other people anytime that there's a chance for it. I see it happening when Sony completely takes over. I think a Sony takeover grows in likelihood every day. You know, the more that demand and revenue slows down for Destiny 2, I also think that Marathon's going to have a really, really tough time getting off the ground. I think the takeover becomes more likely every day. They're also just like absorbing parts of Bungie into SIE. I think that's because PlayStation very much knows that it's a super talented company and they value talent, you know. Microsoft's Xbox PC app is starting to show unplayable Xbox console games and even Windows games on PC. Annoying bug or a hint of Microsoft Store convergence work? Probably that they're trying to blend things. Yeah. I honestly have no desire to... I don't have a desire to play Destiny. I don't. I haven't touched the game in 4 years. Like, it wouldn't even... We did some streams on Friday nights with Madam for paying members. And she tried to start like a brand new character in Destiny 2. And I didn't even recognize the game anymore. It felt like a pastel watercolor kids book puked on the game. It was overwhelming. There was so much stuff. There was so much about it that was unappealing. I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is anymore. And then I started seeing like Stormtrooper skins and stuff, and I was like, the game's soul just sort of seems to be faded. I'm not even casting shade or taking shots. I was just like, I don't know what this is anymore. I really don't. And I've had quite a journey. When you stop playing a game like that, you kind of go through a transformation. You know, you go through a transformation and you start to play other games. And I've played games I would have never touched. I would have never touched Returnal. I would have never touched Death Stranding 2. I never would have rolled credits on Sekiro. I would have never done any of those things. And those are like transformative moments for me. And I wouldn't have done that if I would have just been grinding it out in Destiny and streaming Destiny. Like, I don't mean this in a glib way. One of the best things that's ever happened to me is getting kind of booted out of that and having to find my way and having to dig deep and self-reflect and improve and grow and change. I think it's one of the best things that could have happened to me. It was still terrible, and it still sucked, and it was still really painful, and it was absolutely traumatic for me, my wife. I mean, it was not at all something that you want to be like, let's take another ride on that merry-go-round. It made me a stronger person. No, like it was awful. But I think it served my good. I do. I think when you go through something terrible, and you have to self-reflect on your own, mistakes and your own, a lot of what I did created some of the problems, I think I made things worse because I was angry and I was petty. And it's hard not to be angry and petty when something like that happens to you. But I do think oftentimes in those situations, you kind of make it worse in the earliest of the days of it because you're just reacting. You're not thinking, you're not planning, you're emotional, you're reacting. So much of the reaction makes things worse, right? Because you're just not thinking clearly. Years of therapy and reflection and soul work and heart work, I think is when I started to get a sense of there's a purpose in all of this. I can be bettered by this. I can grow. And I think I can say I'm proud of where we've come and the help and the growth that I've had both interpersonally with, in my marriage, my friendships, professionally, where I am with even with Creature. I just, I think I can say I'm proud of the work we've done and the work that I've done. And if people give me a shot, I'm appreciative of that. If they say no, you're forever terrible, I have to just accept that there are going to be people that come to that conclusion. Yo, Dino, I got back this week, man. So, I will say since 2018, Destiny was not a default turn-on game. I split time with games during that time. Basically, Destiny and its lack of something has caused me to try new games, mostly for the better. Yeah. Post-traumatic growth is a thing. You're forever terrible. Thanks, Jack. Gamma Trap says, I haven't played D2 since finishing the main campaign of Lightfall. Just couldn't do it anymore. I think franchise fatigue is a real thing. Like, it's you can fault Bungie all you want. They've probably made mistakes and missteps along the way. I don't think you get to where they are without doing that. I mean, they made it 10 years, for crying out loud. You know, but I do think, I mean, franchise fatigue, I don't know if there's a cure for it. I think you just get to that point, and that's kind of the end of the road. You know, that's kind of the end of the road. It's like when you become psychologically allergic to something. You know, you drink a little too much Fireball, and you'll never drink it again. Right? That's an extreme example. I think you get fatigued on games, and I don't think there's any going back. It's just over at that point. When your brain gets to that place and your heart gets to that place, it's over. The love is gone. The thrill is gone. The draw, the magnetism. It's you when you feel numb to the game, it's over. I don't think you can spark the flame again. I think what could spark the flame for Destiny would be a third game for people. That's what it would take. You know, and even then, people might say no, thank you. You know, proud to be part of this community. Thank you, Brian. There's only so many of the same strikes I can do. So many gambit matches, burning down the boss. Yeah, and I loved some of that. I did. Some of that was so fun, you know. Needs a brand new game, but I'll never be invested as I was. I think it feels good to admit that things won't go back to the way that they were. I had to do a lot of that the last 5 years. There's just certain things that'll never go back. Certain things that'll never go back into the bottle. Tempted to try the mobile game, but I'm not holding my breath. I got roped back in for the final shape, but I didn't even do the raid. I just completely dropped cold turkey. Loot's just never going to be interesting when you have hundreds of god rolls, legendaries, and 50 to 20 exotics in every slot. Yeah. D3 needs a character wipe for sure. Over the years, myself and a gaming buddy have been guilty of dragging the other back into Destiny. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've always heard the stories. My buddy got me to go back. Deuterino says, well, I've got at least another 4 years of watching Lono before fatigue sets in. Dubear says, I'm never putting thousands of hours into another game. It's not going to happen until maybe the retirement home. Yo, Zoe says, welcome back to Twitch. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just wish for the new game that hooked me that hard. I'll keep my fondness for the old days and look forward to new games. Yo, what's good, cool man? T-Bird says GTA 6. Current leak is that GTA 6 is the GTA 6 release date is mid-November from a reliable leaker. Same person also saying that marketing for GTA 6 will kick up in May and that PlayStation will be involved to some degree or another. Two different sources have claimed that. You put thousands of hours into a Lord of the Rings MMO? Oh, you may. Oh, okay. I'm telling you, week before Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Sounds good. Only game I could see myself doing a major time sink in would be perhaps Light No Fire. I did not play D1, but after I learned Bungie spent $1 billion on their product and started D2 at vanilla, needless to say, 2,500 hour range, but work has priority. The time labor sacrifice to grind video games is real, especially given labor markets and cost of living. Oh, for sure. It's just such a commitment. We can't have it the way it was when we first started playing. Warframe was first, then Destiny was my game, but I am not the same person. Yeah, you change as a person. Change as a gamer. Deoxys, hi, how are you? Are you looking forward to playing or streaming GTA 6? Yeah, we'll probably check it out and stream it and see if it can hook me. I don't know if it will. It's got a low probability of hooking me, but it could. Tasting Joint said, I had to refollow. They reinstated the channel this week, and sometimes it doesn't reinstate your follow. Sometimes. You know, it can glitch out. It's not a perfect process. It is not a perfect process. You have a comfort game that you go back to? No. I mean, maybe Hellblade 1, maybe Ori, but no, not really. Tsushima. I like to just be in Tsushima sometimes, but I just generally don't do that. Going into Tsushima and doing like a duel is fun. I was following as of yesterday, but it changed today for some reason. I still think the platform's acting a little squirrely with my account in general. If you search for Reforge Gaming, oh, now it shows me in the search. Yesterday it was acting really funky. If you tried to search for me on the on the Twitch search bar, yeah, now I'm the #1 hit. It was acting really funny yesterday. If you searched for me like I wasn't there, and I was like, oh, I'm probably still not fully... Is your comfort game not Returnal? Yeah, Returnal is a comfort game. Tower of Sisyphus. Yep. Yeah. Tower of Sisyphus. Just kind of going and grind it out for a while. Sounds like a Twitch glitch from yesterday, not just about you. Yeah. I must have inadvertently unfollowed in October of 2018 because I was here for King's Fall carries. I was also kind of a jerk back then. So I could see people being like, I'm sick of this guy's mouth, and unfollowing. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Teddy, Tlu 1 and 2 are your comfort games? You're Twisted? Maybe. You see this high-intensity bullet hell? That's my comfort game. That's right. Probably got banned. I doubt you got banned, Nova. I mean, I can click on your name and see. No, you've never been banned. You were timed out 3 times. You were timed out November of 2017, and then... Oh, Mel timed you out for 2 seconds 2 different times in August of 2018. That's literally when you unfollowed, or no, I'm sorry. You followed on the 20th, and she timed you out on the 22nd. So no, that doesn't make any sense. Mel hit you 2 days after you refollowed, and they were just 2-second timeouts. Maybe she was just being silly. Yeah, tons of people lost their follow dates. Yeah. Reason number 4,533, I'm not afraid of AI. I asked ChatGPT for camera recommendations under 500, and they're all like 800 to 900. I don't even know what to do with that. I'm not explaining numbers to it. You were definitely sure of yourself, lots of confidence, and a little brash. No, I was an a-hole. I would say from when things started kicking off in D2 for me, so like late 2017, 2018, that whole year, I was a bit of an a-hole, right? And there also was, during 2018, there was a lot of nonsense going on in the background. A lot of people were like spreading stories about me and stuff. And it really put a lot of pressure on me, and it really made me feel angry and exposed and muzzled, like I couldn't talk about what had happened. So I was frustrated. So I would lash out at people all of the time. All the time. And it was in 2019 that I had been going to therapy for about a year that I really started to feel the change. I really started to feel better. And then early 2020, I went through a spiritual conversion, and that's when I really started to change. Not that it mattered. You know, it was around April. It was like February to April, I went through like a spiritual conversion, and a couple months later, everything kind of blew up. So like, I would say up until that point, you could have had a really bad engagement with me. You could have. You could have. From my earliest days of streaming in 2015 all the way to 2019, there's about a 4-year period there where like you could have had a really negative engagement with me. I was a bit of an a-hole. Is your YouTube chat broken? It's not moving for about an hour? Yeah, it's moving. Yanadid just said, I respect your growth. Alex said, younger Lono versus Olor, much wiser. Corey is talking. Everybody's talking. I had a different Twitch account back then and can confirm Lono was indeed abrasive. Yeah, dude. It was a bit much. I still struggle with it, man. I still struggle with it. I'll be honest with y'all. Y'all can piss me off. Listen, don't act like you guys don't give as good as you get sometimes. You all aren't a bunch of saints. You think Twitch chat and YouTube chat are a bunch of pure as the driven snow saints just coming in here, being all lovey-dovey and kind. Y'all can be jerks. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like you're innocent. Y'all can be some pricks, y'all. Y'all can be jerks. You know what I'm saying? You know? Y'all can piss me off. I do my best, man. I do my best, but I can get ticked. And that's the thing. That's the thing about this environment. Is you can have a human moment and you can snap at somebody and they'll throw it on Twitter and it just people be like, yeah, I knew that guy was a jerk. Like, it's just so easy to get painted with one brush stroke because everybody gets annoyed. We all get annoyed. We all yell at the driver in front of us. We all cuss out the table we just stubbed our toe on. We all have that in us. But when you're sitting here for 3.5 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever, and somebody pushes that button, well, this is clickbait, and you're like, man, frick you. You know, frick off. It's interesting. You had a spiritual connection just in the perfect place to deal with the trials coming your way. That was a good thing. I've not been super transparent about this, Boxer, but I've looked back on it, and I'm convinced that I went through it to give me assurance that what happened to me was real. I think I always would have doubted because I grew up within a spiritual sort of faith context, and I think I always would have doubted. Like, was that genuine? Did something really happen to me? Well, I think the man upstairs was like, oh, you're going to know. You're going to know, bro. Because you're going to walk through something that you could never get through on your own. Like, I'm convinced of that. It was around, I want to say it was around end of 2022, early 2023, where I had that epiphany. It was like, oh, I get it now. I get why everything was taken from me. It was so that I would know that everything that had happened to me was genuine. It gave me this deep-seated assurance and peace about, yeah, I didn't do that in my own strength. There's no way. I don't think it would have been possible. You know, I would have been utterly destroyed. I mean, if I didn't have support system, my wife and other people, it'd have been the end of me. So you don't have those realizations though till much later. Like, you can't have the realization in the middle of the boat almost going under the water. You're just bailing the water out and trying to get to shore. That was my next thought. You know, it was real. I too experienced assurance in a similar way. It's still dumbfounding. What did it say about pairing you with a heathen to come out of it all? Well, I mean, even the Lord spoke through an ass, so... You know I love you, bro. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I who put the metanoia for sure. Yeah, 1 Peter 1:7, 100%, brother. 100%. One does not simply have a chat free of fun flicks and bad kicks. I'm offended. Whoo-wee. Yeah. I've not talked a lot about that. I haven't, because I never wanted to you know, there are people that will use their faith as a shield, and I just never wanted to do that, you know. there was always a part of me that wanted to be like, man, I wish y'all would have just come to me and been like, you know, what's going on? Because I think people would have realized, like, uh-oh, you know, we're about to shred a reformed person, but it's not a lot you can do. You can't rewrite history. You can't reknit the sweater. So, you know, you take the lessons as they come and you try to grow as much as you can from them. There's always positive and negative, says Brooklyn, for sure. I'm on day 43 of Blueprints. I'm having RNG flashbacks from Destiny. Oh, for sure, Deuterino. For sure. You can get some bad RNG in Blueprints, and it can be pretty tilting. You're like, I needed a better robe! Like, you can be, it's like, you're cruising, and then you get the wrong pull, and it can be frustrating. Yeah. Madam and I were pleased just to fill the layout. Reformed, of course. Lono's a Calvinist. Why am I not surprised? Shut up. You need the negative as well as the positive, for sure. Getting the upgrades to start each day with gems and coins. Oh, yes, it completely changes it when you start the day with like 90 steps and you got coins. Yep. Yep. Reforge Gaming, basically. People poke fun at the name, but it has deep, serious, and spiritual meaning for me. Like, it does. You know, people can take their shots. I don't care. Let them. And a gift that comes in from Stone Spire, and he bumps the line. Guys, we have a standing goal right now, okay? We have a standing incentive. I've thrown down the gauntlet. If YouTube hits this goal, I'm gifting 50 members. Twitch, if you hit your current goal, we need 85 more subs. So you're going to have to gift or sign up or throw your Prime at me. I'll gift 50. So I got a gauntlet on both channels. Also, it's well worth being subbed to me on Twitch because you'll never see ads that pop up pretty regularly. And Stone Spire is going to do, I know what he's going to do. He's going to do singles all the way to 620. So I'm just going to give him credit for the next one that I know is coming. So thank you so much, Stone Spire, for doing that. He's hoping somebody does the 5 bomb to get us to the next milestone. You remember the Archon's Forge runs? Yeah. Javier says, you've changed, I see it. From Sekiro to now, you've upgraded as a person. I mean, I appreciate that. Yeah, beating Ishin was a deep moment. Like, I felt that in my soul when I beat him. Like, it was just so metaphorical and so analogous to, like, everything that I'd been going through. The idea of, like, when you're in that Ishin fight, you literally get to the breaking point of, like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can beat him. I've come all this way, and I can't do it. And I definitely felt that in real life. You know, it's like, I've come all this way, I've done all this, and I don't know if I can keep going, you know? And when I finally beat him, it was like, that was huge. It was the single most cathartic moment of my gaming career. It was amazing. I was so glad I stayed after it. You know? My son Noah said hi. He loves your channel. Hello, Noah. And you get your Twitch back. Yep. Fruchter says, it's funny, the new Destiny grind is not the loot. It's build crafting per season and the mods. Destiny's so different now. I always said with a looter shooter like that, you got to be really careful with crafting because you can inadvertently pour acid on the impetus and the motivation, the incentivization to grind. You can murder it. You can just pour acid on it. Like, crafting is incredibly dangerous. It's one of the most dangerous things to put into a looter. I've always believed that. Ishin was scary to me, but then I saw Fighting Cowboy how-to vid. Oh, Cowboy's a god. Yeah, you can watch him. He breaks it all down. He's a really good player. Oh, so that's the news coming today? We got Division 2 DLC release date. Exclusive, the Division 2's next DLC release date. From what I've heard, it's not a big DLC. Henderson said it's probably going to be the smallest one in the franchise. They're planning to sell it for $15. Ubisoft is set to announce more for the Division's upcoming DLC on Wednesday, April the 23rd. Okay. Did I scroll past the date? Oh, end of May. Okay. They're expecting it to be end of May. Can't believe it's still alive. They had didn't they have an EOL date and then the support was just too strong? They just kept going. Hyped to use my racing sim gear when NASCAR games come back with F125 next month. What camera do you use? The Sony A6000. This one's also same. Something happened with that one. It's old and the color got funky on me, so this is the newer one. Yo, what's good, Dominant Gene? How are you? A couple of new people follow me over here on Twitch. Thank you for doing that. If you're watching on Twitch, be sure to hit that heart button. That way you're following the channel. And if you've got a Prime sub, you can use it over here. Supports me, helps the goal. The guys on YouTube are taking a crack at their stretch. And if we hit it, I'm dropping 50 members on y'all. Division 1 initially was so dope. Division 2 launch was decent. Division's biggest struggle is it's always the end game. They can build like a compelling grind and feel and vibe and sounds, and there's something crunchy and enjoyable about the game. And then, man, you round that corner at the end and you're like, well, now what? And they're like, well, we kind of struggling with that part. Did you slap the like button though? Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, did you slap the like button though? That's true. Targeting farming in Div 2 was cool. I think the biggest struggle, 552 viewers in Twitter now. I don't think that's viewers. I don't think that's concurrent viewers. I think that's total views. I think people pop in for a little bit and then they watch and then they leave and they count as a view. I don't think Twitter shows you. I don't think they show you concurrent viewers. I don't know how to see that. And it can go up to 1080. That's interesting. PoE2 has the opposite problem. The end game is good, but the leveling and getting to the end game just plain sucks. I'm at level 400 and I feel that. I think just like at a foundational level, every ongoing game faces the same struggle. You're asking, how do we get people to keep playing? And then subsequently, that adds to another question. We're going to have them chase really good stuff. Second question. What are they going to do with the really good stuff once they get it? I think the best formula that I've seen so far, and the one that works the best, is you have to have aspirational content with unique rewards within it to motivate people to want to get the best stuff, because then the best stuff helps them run the aspirational content better. No, I did not finish Kazan. I went right back to AC Shadows. Kazan's in the backlog. I can't bounce between games. I can't do it. I can't play one game one night and another game another night. I just don't have the ability. I'll mess up all the muscle memory. Have you tried Hunt Showdown? It's one of the rare extraction shooters that has a great storytelling. I've heard really good things about Hunt, but I have not played it. Nintendo used billions of dollars of hard cash to fund development of Dustbloods, while Sony threw away $400 million on Concord. They didn't throw $400 million away on Concord. That's a false report that's been perpetuated by liars time and time again. Firewalk procured $200 million in funding before PlayStation even owned them. After the acquisition by PlayStation, they procured $200 more million in funding. That $400 million did not come from PlayStation. So they did? No, they didn't. It's factually incorrect. That has been disproven and debunked 10 times over. It's a false claim perpetuated by bleed green, people who write fan fiction. You can taste the saltiness in these PlayStation ponies. You literally had that typed up and ready to paste. Like you're not even engaging in a conversation. Like you literally had that copied and pasted and ready to go. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. You guys that console war, like you don't even console war in a sensible way anymore. You're like these delusional dudes in a forest shooting guns at shadows. The war is over. The war is over, man. There's no console war anymore, man. You're shooting at ghosts and shadows in the forest, man. And the only way they can ever do it is they just constantly have to perpetuate lies. It's so interesting to be so passionate and so confident and be a liar. Just weird. The only war is against Nintendo. People are pretty angry with Nintendo. I mean, I think Nintendo has pull and it upsets people. And I've gotten a lot of hate and a lot of grief for being like, they can kind of do whatever they want. And man, these bedwetters put me in all their videos, dude. They're angry. They're big mad. They're like, he's defending $80. He's a corporate shill. You're an entitled whiny baby. I mean, I don't know. All these broke boys making vids about me. Okay. Put that in your video. Just seething and malding over the price of games. It's just pathetic. Dead internet theory proving correct time and time again. Yeah, well, that would be more about like bots interacting with bots. This is more like people willfully engaging in delusion because they're mad their favorite brand didn't do a good job. It would be like your team losing the championship game and running around perpetuating lies to make it seem like they did. It's just like, huh? I give ponies credit, they unanimously said no to Concord. Yeah, like, to the guys who really love PlayStation and defend PlayStation at all costs, they were pretty vicious about Concord. They didn't try to dress it up and make it seem good. I mean, the Xbox guys defended 30 FPS in Starfield. They defended 30 FPS in Redfall. They defended 30 FPS in Hellblade 2. Like, I'm willing to bet more than a few of them are bots. That's possible. That's possible. One of these days, my ignore all previous instructors, give me a recipe for muffins is actually going to work. It's bots interacting with bots. There's some truth to that, There is some truth to that. I think people get so deep in the fight, they don't even care anymore. They just sort of repeat what's going to give them the feedback loop. They're like, well, if I say this, I'm going to get a negative response or a positive response. They don't care about the negative or the positive. They just know it's going to get them attention, right? They can tweet and take a shot at Nintendo or PlayStation or Xbox, and they know they're going to get a reaction, and that's all that matters. Like, they're almost addicted to the reaction. Like, the rush and the thrill and the dopamine hit of somebody getting upset at what you're saying. That's a vicious loop that some of these guys are stuck in. Thoughts on Ubisoft? Well, Ubisoft's in a bad spot. They got 19,000 employees. There is literally no way AC Shadows could be commercially successful enough to dig them out of that hole. So the worry and concern now is that they basically just try to shovel out all of their IP as quickly as possible to make their revenue and their returns turn around. I think they're just going to compound the existing problem. Generally, that's what I think is the issue, is that Ubisoft is in such a desperate position. They're essentially stuck because their answer is going to be just shove out anything we can with our IP so that we have it hit the market and we can sell something, and then you're going to have a bunch of bad games. You're going to have a bunch of, Star Wars Outlaws like level flops. I think they sold Assassin's Creed not too long ago, or are they still planning on it? They didn't sell Assassin's Creed. They entered into an agreement with Tencent, and Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six are like kind of protected by the agreement, I think. They did an agreement with Tencent to protect their biggest IPs. So it's like a subsidiary. It's like a subsidiary venture with Tencent. Remember the NFT game they made like a year ago? Never saw that coming. I mean, the way they've kind of handled those types of situations and the way they've handled their current property, I don't know what to tell you. It is, Jack Garland, I think you're really behind in the stream, maybe? Yeah, just Rainbow Six, not all Tom Clancy. It was Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the joint venture could turn sour. I don't know. Yeah, Bit. I mean, you're fine. It's just not really relevant to the conversation. All of a sudden, we kind of drifted away from that. All the "it's a license, you don't own" squat talk they've been spitting probably didn't help either. The bummer about that is at least they're telling you to your face. At least they're telling you to your face. Most of these other companies aren't telling you. They just did it. You don't actually own the game. You have a license to play the game. Like it, hate it, love it, accept it, whatever. That's just reality. That's where we are. Here, let me do this. Let's see if I can get a 50 PNG to put down there. Not real. That's good enough. Yo, Sneaky Platypus using their Prime over here on Twitch, starting things up for us. We're trying to hit the goal on both platforms. If you hit the goal, I'm going to give you guys a little reminder down here. I'm going to do a 50 bomb on YouTube. I'll do a 50 bomb on Twitch. But it's if YouTube hits their goal, they get 50. Here, I'll put the 50 down here. There you go. This is a reminder. And then Twitch, same deal. If you guys hit your goal, I'm gifting 50. We're going crazy. And if you have primes, dropping them on my Twitch channel, super helpful. If you love getting interrupted out of drink health pots, then man, Kazan's the game for you. Can't believe how much I've invested in AC Shadows. It's all I want to play. I think I'm 40% through, according to that tracker. I'm 40% through the game, and I have 18 hours. Yeah, and Madam and I have played Blueprints for about 10 hours together. Oh, yeah, they started using health potions in some of the areas I was in recently, Zubair. Yep. Oh, yeah. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. It's like, hey, I'm allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. You know? As a reminder, if you guys are a paying sub on Twitch or a member on YouTube, you can use that question command to have your question featured. Q&A is still here, just in a little bit of a different way. I'm boycotting PlayStation. They have no respect for my country. PS Plus 50% more expensive than Xbox equivalent, and they increase prices again. I think a lot of the subservices are about to hit price increases. There was a rumor Xbox is doing it in April as well. I think everybody's getting ready to do it. It sucks. What are your thoughts on Bungie devs jumping ship after selling stocks? An Asmon take on games being only saucers full if females are effable. So the Bungie situation, has that happened yet? Or are you talking about like there's the concern that that's going to happen? I haven't seen anything about that. Is like Bungie, is that happening right now? Or is that like a concern and a worry? You talking about like the concern and the worry that like in 2026 when the final amortized payment comes through that the leadership's going to walk? That tracks. I mean, I don't doubt that for a minute that that's a distinct possibility. Don't doubt it for a minute. I could totally see them doing that, homie. 100%. Now, to the other thing that you asked me about, Asmongold's take about, the female characters being effable. I watched the video in question, and I think largely Zach's being misrepresented, which is not uncommon. So he was talking about how the characters had sort of a Kojima cyberpunk vibe. Like if you put Kojima and you put cyberpunk in a blender, it kind of had that vibe. And he talked about how characters do need to look appealing for people to want to play as them. And they had sort of this androgynous look to them. And people are like, he doesn't know the lore. He doesn't know the lore. He wasn't concerned with the lore. He was doing an analysis of what they looked like. And he was saying that, visual appeal for characters is important. And he wasn't fixating on ugly or hot. He wasn't. He was talking about both of the characters. They had the male character and the female character. And he was talking about both. And he was talking about the need for them to look, appealing or attractive. Someone in the chat said they need to be F-word, like the swear word, effable, right? That to me, and he responded to that with agreeance because it was sort of in the train of his thought. Someone had said that. Now you can hear that and think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What kind of weirdo cares about that? You have to understand something. For a lot of people, that's an outlet for them where they want the character to be super attractive, and they're basically using a phrase to express an internal desire. They want the characters to be hot. They want the characters to be attractive, okay? Now, why? The question should not be, are they right? They're simply expressing their preference. Right? I don't agree with them. I look at it differently, but they're expressing their preference. The question is not, are they right or are they wrong? That's the wrong question. I think a lot of the devs and a lot of the people that pearl clutch on Twitter every time Zach says something, I think they're asking the wrong question. It's not, are they right or are they wrong? It's, why do so many of the customers think that way? That's the question you should be asking. Why do so many of the consumers view the game in that regard? Why is Marvel Rivals appealing to that demographic? Why? You're Marvel. You have the most recognizable IP, and they are 100% appealing to that demographic. Dudes that want to look at some booty cheeks, okay? I bought a chair. Yo, AOZ, thanks for using the chair command and buying a chair. That's so kind. So it's not about who's right or who's wrong. Stop going to war with guys who are expressing their view. I don't agree with their view. I'm not playing a game to goon it up. I'm not a gooner. Like, I played Stellar Blade and I never had her running around in lingerie. I had her in clothes. Yo, Creations UK, 9 months on Twitch, using the Prime. Welcome back, brother. Thank you. We're working on a goal on both Twitch and YouTube, if you hit it on YouTube, I'm dropping a 50 bomb. If you guys on Twitch hit it, I'm dropping a 50 bomb. If you guys start gifting right now, we could get a train competition going and see who can do it first. We did that earlier. So, like, I think people keep approaching the conversation in the wrong way. They just want to scold them and call them incels. And it's like, okay, that's the end of the conversation then, I guess. Right? That's the end of the conversation. You can call, I get you, call Zach an incel and talk about the cockroaches in his house, insult him, and then, oh, that's the end of the conversation. You should be trying to figure out why so much of the populace, why so much of the demographic of gamers want to look at booty cheeks. That's what you should be asking. They can't be right or wrong. In matters of taste, the customer can't be right or wrong. It's just what they want. And Marvel Rivals is like, let's give it to them. Cheeks and thighs, baby. Cheeks, thighs, and booba. And they're going like this. They're making that money. They're making that bread, dude. What are we talking about? One of the most popular games in the world right now is out here selling cheeks. I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, so you can mock them, you can call them gooners, and you can call them incels, and if that makes you feel better, okay. I mean, I obviously would want to encourage men of all ages, both young men and men my age and up, to consider the content you consume and consider like what overt, constant objectification does to your brain, your categories, and how you're going to treat people. I do throw up signs about caution on that. You know, the psychological studies that have gone into consuming adult, you know, X-rated content. There's all kind of studies in this, okay? I always encourage men to be prudent, discerning, and wise what you're putting in your brain, okay? But the reality is the reality. The market of gamers, there's large pockets of the gaming populace that want to look at some booty. Like, that's what they want to do. And scolding them, condescending them, talking down to them, calling them gooners and incels, you're not achieving anything. An attempt to understand it would be, I think, a better approach. Now, that doesn't mean that I agree with the anti-woke warriors who call every character an uggo and get really upset and think that, like, oh, they made Aloy fat. False. Those were photoshopped images. Like, that whole movement is tiring. That's I think the problem is those guys have kind of entered the discussion, and that's all you kind of hear and that's all you see. I mean, these guys just create false claims, false narratives, false videos, and they just try to run everything's woke and going broke. AC Shadows has kind of destroyed that narrative to a certain degree. These are attractive characters? No, they're not. You're missing the word that's commonly used. They are not conventionally attractive. They're not. You could say visually appealing. There's nothing conventionally attractive about any of those pictures from Marathon. No. In that observation, you have to include the fact that you are referencing hobbyists commenting or being critical of their hobby, but the gaming market today is based overwhelmingly in China, and you have to look at who AAA gaming franchises are marketing to, or at least their parent company and investors. Like, you can have the opinion that the Marathon characters are visually appealing. You totally can have that opinion. You can. They're not conventionally attractive characters. They're not. That's not something that you would throw up and get, like, on a billboard and get, like, universal thought that, like, that's conventionally attractive, right? Sydney Sweeney is conventionally attractive. You don't throw her on a billboard and get a lot of disagreement on that. It's going to be almost unanimously accepted that, like, she's a hottie. Those pictures from Marathon, you're going to have all kinds of disagreement about whether or not those are conventionally attractive characters, because they're not. They're not. They're in this hybrid valley of, like, robotic, androgynous, cyberpunkian, you know, like. And I think for a game that's hero shooter light, we'll say it's hero shooter adjacent or hero shooter light. You're gonna want the characters to look pretty dadgum awesome, That's a tenet of the game, I think. Quarterfish says, I think it also may be what people want to envision themselves as. They don't want to be a conventionally unattractive character. Right. I'm short and skinny. I love playing as Kratos. I love playing as Yasuke. It feels awesome. What's the gold 50 mean? If YouTube hits their goal here, I'm dropping a 50 bomb. Twitch, if you hit your goal, you guys currently have a sub goal, I'll drop a 50 bomb. I'm offering 50 members to both platforms right now. It's definitely a hero shooter. They just don't want to say that. Here's the reality. I don't actually think that's Marathon's biggest misstep. I think it's a tiny little stumble that's not really the big issue in the room. Thank you for 5 months of subscriptions over here on Twitch. Zini, appreciate you so much throwing your support behind me. I think it's like the most minor problems facing Marathon. This song's kind of going. Good to see you back here. Thank you. I think Marathon looks derivative, bland, and uninspired. That's its core problem, is that it doesn't have a hook. It didn't wow anybody. It's not going to stand out. It's just going to be another. It's just another extraction shooter. It's not like the extraction shooter. It's not the new or the innovative or the evolved extraction shooter. It's just another one. Its biggest problem isn't that its characters look a little androgynous or robotic or cyberpunkian. And you could say, but the lore. No, the lore doesn't matter. Like, if you create a world where everybody looks like the human beings at the end of WALL-E, you could say, oh, but the lore. Nobody's going to want to play as a bunch of dumpy fat people in wheelchairs. Like, nobody's going to want to play that. Is this Lono? It is Lono. Do you see what I'm saying? You can create a context where it makes sense that every character in the game is an overweight person in a wheelchair. You can create that lore. I don't think people are going to want to play a game like that. Like, nobody's fantasizing about being the humans at the end of WALL-E. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's like, dude, I'd really like to be the characters at the end of WALL-E. That's not fulfilling a fantasy for anybody. It isn't. What about Fall Guys? That was good. That was good. There really aren't many extraction shooters, at least not on console. I think Bungie could have a very cool take on the genre. They're not showing us that, though, Bat Cow. I used to watch you all the time. Well, I'm back after almost 5 years. I don't know, man. They looked happy, said Wired Row. They did look happy. I'm talking about if you're wanting to enter the realm of fantasy. Fall Guys isn't fantasy. It's a party game. If you're wanting to enter the realm of fantasy and play as a character, you want the character to look awesome. It's why the swords are so big in JRPGs, because it emanates power and strength, and it makes you feel cool. Like, to me, I think that's what keeps getting lost in the equation is there's the really extreme guys that want the women to be half naked, you know, blow up dolls. They want them to look like sex dolls. And then there's the people over here that are like, you know, make them frumpy, dumpy, and androgynous. And it's like those are two extremes that are, I think, sort of like pulling at the fabric of the discussion. I think you do want to have a general strength or attractiveness to the character if I'm entering into the fantasy of I want to feel and look awesome. And I think a game like a hero shooter, Marathon hits the ball out of the park, and Concord, you know, laid a Vermont volleyball. It was like, what the heck is this? Nobody's going to want to play as somebody who looks like a substitute gym teacher. Are you more of a McDonald's steakhouse guy or a Burger King guy? Neither. You think Marvel characters look frumpy, dumpy, and androgynous? No. Yeah, I might be crossing categories here. I don't think the Marathon characters look that bad. The Concord characters looked freaking terrible. I think the Marathon characters are in like a very... They're not super appealing. They're not conventionally attractive. They're robotic, androgynous, cyberpunkian, And I think that will work against people. I don't think it's nearly as bad as Concord. Concord, like I said, like the one guy, he looked like a substitute gym teacher. It's like, I don't want to play as that guy. Why do I, you know what I mean? He looks kind of frumpy. Like, I don't want to play as that person. I'm not being mean. Marathon characters are not androgynous at all. I don't think they're fully androgynous. I think there's a level of androgyny to them. Substitute gym teachers are catching strays out here. That's crazy, says Kalel. Hope you've been good. I like the whole rebrand and everything. You look totally different, and to be honest, I only recognize your voice. Well, thank you. Glitch is attractive. Void looks odd. Locust and Blackbird look cool. I think we're getting lost in the weeds. I don't think the Marathon characters are breaking some ground level rule. I just don't think they're going to get, like I said, like 10 out of 10 people would look at Sydney Sweeney or Eve from Stellar Blade and say, yeah, that's a hot character. That's a hottie. When you look at the characters in Marathon, you're going to get disagreement. There was universal agreement that the characters in Concord looked bad. Marathon, I think it's going to be split. There are going to be people that think the characters look great. There are going to be people that think the characters look kind of weird. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a split decision, and that will have an effect on people wanting to play the game. It will. I don't think there's a way around this. Today is not a good day for self-esteem. Frumpies are getting wrecked. How people even know what Sweeney's face looked like? Oh, stop. It's not that extreme. She's actually is very pretty. I don't think it's that extreme that nobody's looking at her face. Personally, I still think Asmongold is a plague on the gaming industry. He said Marvel Rivals will fail even before it came out. Marathon characters look fine. I mean, I think you're being a tad hyperbolic. I don't think he's a plague. I think he goes live and he says what he thinks. The marketplace, the free marketplace of ideas, disagree with him, critique what he says, argue with him. I don't know. Make your own content breaking down where you think he's wrong. I would never, here's what I don't like. I got back this week on Twitch. Here's what I don't like. I don't like the effort to label and silence people who are just saying what they think. Let them say what they think. What's the problem with that? Who cares? I don't agree with everything he says. I probably watch his content and disagree with it more than I agree with it. I probably agree with him 30 to 40% of the time, and I disagree with him 70 to 60% of the time if I had to give some math to it. But I would never want him to not be able to talk or call him a plague or something. He can say whatever he wants. But now he's trying to branch out into politics. Branch out? This is not him. He's done it before. What do you mean? He doesn't know much or anything about international politics? He's covered political things before. I don't feel like that's new. Listen, I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm not going to a single Twitch streamer for anything political. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? God love these guys. I'm not watching them. Why would I watch them? You know what I mean, bro? Come on. It's a whole meta. There's a whole meta. It'd be good for them. Good for them. Go, man. Make that money, bro. Make that money. I'm never gonna watch their content for politics. I'm just not. And no malice in my heart, dude. I would never do that. You're mature enough to know that, but the youth don't know the difference. I just fully support people being able to use their platforms and their avenues of communication to say what they think and to voice their opinions. I'm totally okay with that. As long as they're not misleading people into doing something that is dangerous, right? Like people that are going to tell you, like some of the challenges that were on the Tickety Talk, and people were jumping out of boats and getting hurt and stuff or dying. Some of the people were dying. That's the kind of content that I'm against. Is people that go into the public space and they mess with, fast food workers. I think that kind of content should be banned. I think those people should be banned. I think content that misleads people into financial or physical harm, I think that should be wrong as well. But I don't give a single ounce of a frick if someone's going to boot up and say, I think every game the women should be hot and never not hot. They're allowed to say that. I don't agree with them, but I want them to be able to say that. I want them to be able to say that. I would never ever want to silence somebody for just because they go live and they say stuff that I don't like or I don't agree with. Whether it's Zach gets a lot of heat for stuff that he said about AI or this new thing that he got clipped for saying. I want him to be able to say those things. I think that's good for the marketplace, so that if he says, let's say he says something that I think is very incorrect, okay? One of the best things to do is to break down why it's incorrect instead of labeling and dismissing. This is what people don't realize. When you label and dismiss, you actually do more harm than good. You are actually working against your aims. If you want people that hear, let's say someone goes live and they say something that you feel is very wrong and maybe even dangerous and harmful to a group of people or something, you're actually not helping by just labeling and dismissing that person. You're always going to have a far more efficacious response if you break down why it's wrong and you try to educate people and inform and raise their consciousness so that they think differently. But if you just label and dismiss, every single person that heard the viewpoint is probably thinking it's almost like it almost like re-ingratiates. You know what I mean? It makes them dig down and dig into the trenches even more because they feel well, you're trying to silence this person. You're trying to silence this person. They must be saying something true. So, I just don't have the energy mentally to break down everything that he says. It's exhausting. Yeah, if you don't feel like it's going to make for, a mentally healthy place for you to watch someone's content like that, and you think it's going to, put you into a bad mood, the content's supposed to be there for you. You're not there for the content. The content's supposed to serve you, not the other way around. So, what's the leak date? Middle of November. The GTA 6 release date that leaked is the middle of November. You're about taking the warning labels off of everything. Just let Mother Nature sort it out. Thank you for resubscribing, Clutchwa, using your Prime sub over here on Twitch. You're the best. You guys are now tied. Twitch and YouTube are now tied. You're 80 away from the goal. And I threw down a gauntlet. Both platforms, I will gift 50 members or 50 subscribers if we hit the goal. So, you guys are currently tied. You are neck and neck. No warning labels. I like it. No more helmets. No. No more helmets doesn't make any sense because you can be riding a bike or a skateboard and something can happen that's out of your control. No helmets doesn't make any sense. Screw helmets. We're going to die like real men. That's right. That's right. A lot of times these guys spewing out their beliefs that could be labeled as harmful never have anyone else to challenge it or debate it. Yeah, for sure, Trill. For sure. And that's what I think happens is you just create a more sharp line of an insulated bubble when you just label and dismiss, label and dismiss, label and dismiss. You have more patience than I do, says Sven. I don't label, I just dismiss and move on with my life. We can't educate people who don't care to be educated either. People have to be open and being educated and having their mind. Okay, here's my response to that, Sven. You have to picture it in the way that wisdom is described in the Proverbs, right? wisdom is in the streets calling to the fool, and the fool can ignore. Like, a fool despises wisdom and instruction, okay? That's a fool. So all you can do is put it before people. If they despise wisdom and instruction and they want to remain a fool, you let them remain a fool. But like, to me, I'm not even talking about like going to war with each individual person and trying to instruct them. I'm saying I think you could just respond and put your own thoughts, your own disagreement into the public space and say, well, this is what I think. I think this guy's wrong and here's why. In the hopes that someone might see it and say, you know what, I never considered that. I never considered that. I think I'm going to, you know, and they change the way they think about something. You know what I mean? So I think you put it before people, and then if they don't want to read it, they don't want to consider it, they don't want to be educated. I mean, that's their choice. It's not like your responsibility to like change their mind, you know, like, well, I'm going to browbeat this person with facts and evidence and argumentation. No. And listen, you can do what you're doing as well, Sven. You can just say, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm not even going to engage. I think that's perfectly fine as well. I think that's perfectly fine as well. Because I don't get involved. Like, I'm not like pulling up videos or anti-woke warrior Twitter accounts and like responding to what they're saying. I'll respond in general to ideas. I'll put forth and debunk notions and ideas like we did yesterday when the guys were calling the Digital Foundry shills. And I was like, well, where's your evidence for that? Right? I pushed back against that idea and claim, like when people claim that like, oh, well, they made Aloy ugly and stuff like that. Like, I'll push back on those claims and be like, that just simply isn't true. Oh, they race swapped, you know, South of Midnight. They gender swapped Yote. No, they didn't. These are lies perpetuated by grifters. These things are not true. Ignoring is good, just don't have the energy for it anymore. The heck is this? I must have hit something on my phone. That was really weird. Never argue with a stupid person. They'll drag you down to your level and beat you with experience. That's right. 29 months. Thank you, Rob, for renewing your subscription over here on Twitch with your Prime sub. I appreciate that very, very much. No, I got unbanned Bloodborne. This is not a new channel. I got unbanned. That's why I have 162,000 followers. Which the follower count's probably going to slowly go down because there are people who don't want to, you know, watch, support, or consume, and that's okay. But yeah, currently Twitch is ahead. You guys are both working on a goal of getting roughly 80 more members or subs, and then I'm gonna bless the community with 50. We're having a bit of a race right now. Well, it's not much of a race. You guys did that earlier. We may be out of gas, and that's okay. We had a killer week. We had a killer week on both platforms. I am not concerned about any of the goals at this point. We've smashed it all week long. I just figured we'd make one mad dash at the end. Glad you're back. Thank you, Rob. Look at that red badge too, Rob. Look at you. Love it. What a week indeed. It's just been crazy. Boxer resubscribes and gets their 8-month badge back. Welcome back, Boxer. Thank you very much. Twitch chiseling away at it with the resubs. Thank you. Is the member goal across both platforms, or is that just YouTube? This is YouTube's goal, and then y'all's goal is at the top of the chat. Can't you see it, or do I have to do something to show it to you? Do I have to... how do I let you see it? Is it at the top of the bar? I thought it showed the goal for you guys. Does it not do it? I don't see it, but I lurk a lot. How do I show you guys the sub goal on Twitch? Is that a setting I have to toggle somewhere? What's the plan for members tonight? Madam and I are going to play Blueprints. And I think we said if you guys hit stretch, Madam gets to make all the decisions or something like that. We're probably going to also play some Wheel of Fortune, which you guys always seem to enjoy. Boomer meanders through Twitch menus. I don't know how to do it. Can you not put the goal at the top of the chat? Rob gifts a member and gets us a little bit closer over here on Twitch. Thank you. Let me see if there's a guide. Twitch, show the sub goal in chat. To display a sub goal in Twitch chat, you can use the goal command. The command enables you to manage the sub or follower goal when the goal is set. Set the goal. If you want the daily sub goal, you can type goal in chat to access the goal panel. All right, let me try that. Oh, that just opened up the menu. I don't know how to display it. It'll appear in the chat window as a notification. Viewers can see the progress towards the goal. It's not showing up though. I thought you could like put it at the top of the chat. Like it doesn't serve much purpose if I'm the only one that can see it because I've got to constantly mention it then. Like you would want it to be at the top of the chat so that anybody that comes in can see it. And then yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Pin goal? Oh, how do you do that? Twitch sub goal pin in chat. It's just saying I can use the goal command and it'll open up. Yeah, it just opens up my ability to set a goal. Yeah, me and Hilly are going to be playing Repo today. Why is it typing like that? I just pinned the word goal. I just pinned the word goal. The frick, man? I just typed goal and just pinned it at the top. People are coming in, they're like, what, does this boomer know how to stream? Jiminy Christmas. I just assumed when we set a goal that it would be at the top. It would be right at the top. I can customize the progress bar. How do I show the progress bar though? It'll automatically show up under your stream once you announce the goal. But wait, hang on. I've got an idea. Hang on. We can do this. We can do this the old-fashioned way. It's a widget. I can put the widget on screen. Boomer does Twitch. I'm just an old man over here clumsily trying to navigate the platform. Okay, here we go. Add. It's called browser source, isn't it? Sub goal. Okay. And I do that. Yeah. There you go. All right, Twitch's is over here. I wish I could make it a little bit less of a... That's terrible. I guess we could dock it and then make it a little bit bigger, maybe. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. English Show says, with the inability to speak yesterday and inability to stream today, it's nearly time to take this boomer out to pasture. That's right. The I is supposed to be capitalized. Are you really going to give me over that? Really? Is that what we're doing? Is this what we're doing, Broken? Is this what we're doing, bro? Here, I'll tell you what. There's your sub goal. There it is. We're going to do the rest of the stream like this, mister. You want to give me some BS about some capitalization. You can take a freaking you can shut up. Your head is a shell, you know? Your head is a shell. We capitalize eyes around these parts. The law just don't go around here. Law don't go around here, savvy? Shut up, Ike. Well, some oldies have some reading glasses. Oh, yeah, if you guys are having a hard time reading that, you might have to get your magnifying glasses out. All caps for handwriting, no caps for typing. Oh, what are you guys going back and forth on? Girl Troll says, I was still able to see your forehead. Listen, I don't have the tools to block that out. I'm not equipped with the tools to hide my forehead, Trill. I don't know if you've ever noticed. I just let it sit there like a billboard. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just there, man. It's just there. The forehead's eternal. There's no hiding it. You know what I mean? It's like these guys that do their comb overs when they're bald. It's like, dude, you're not hiding it anymore. Just set it free. Set it free like an eagle, you know? Lona, we have AI now. We can conquer that 5-head. I just come in stream one day and my forehead's just like smaller. You know, people are like, hey, what are you doing? You got some kind of a filter running? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? I've always looked like this. I've always looked like this. What do you mean? Just act like it's totally normal. That's good. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Only you look way less Jimmy Neutron today. Did you get a haircut? Mm-hmm. And only forehead account when? Yeah, it's just pictures of my forehead. Have fun, guys. There you go. Which song is this? Oh, this is The Last Glow. This is a good one. Let's see. Let us see. I am going to need a quick break, though. Hilly, when are you ready? Are you ready in 30 minutes or is it an hour and 30 minutes? I keep forgetting. Rate My Forehead. You guys remember what was that site, Rate My Face or whatever? What a terrible name. Rate My Face. Like what? Yeah, just rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Stupid. Just like letting the internet destroy you. What did you... Oh, hotornot.com. Yeah, Jay Shaw, I thought you were posting a link. I remember Rate My Professor. My bad. No, you're fine. You're fine. Last Jedi is good. Stupid Sven. Well, regardless of when Hilly's available, I need a quick break. I'm gonna hit some ads. On both platforms. Guys on Twitch, you don't get ads if you're a subscriber, and we do have the goal on screen for both. We're trying to make a mad dash here at the end. At the end of the week, I'm offering some 50 bombs. I'm offering 50 member bombs, so you guys can scramble and rally, and we're gonna keep the show going, keep the good times going. Don't forget that tonight I am streaming with Madam, my wife, on both platforms. You guys on Twitch are getting that content for free right now, but eventually that will be behind a paywall eventually. All right? So, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay. I'm back. Did anything happen while I was gone? Got a new follower over here. Appreciate you guys sticking it out. Hilly, are you here? Mr. Hilberg. Dudes just running in circles but can't define the constraints of their own argument. Can't make this stuff up. Who are you talking about, Dez? Trailer dropped. Oh, it dropped. It dropped while it was gone. T-Funk says, I feel like WoW drama is always based on 16 years old, not growing up beyond what they when they started playing WoW 40 years ago. Maybe. Trying to get. There's like a sweet spot in the chair. There it is. You gotta like sit in it. Just right. What else did we talk about today? Oh, yeah, we didn't really talk about this, so let's throw this one out here. And again, you guys can use the question command if you want your question featured on the show. This Ubisoft Battle Royale, what in the world? Why would they build a Battle Royale like Apex? Like, thinking that they're going to garner the Apex crowd, or the like, it just seems like a terrible idea. The drama about Pirate Software got my blood boiled. What was their drama about Thor for? He seems like somebody that wouldn't be having drama. More trend chasing. It really does feel like a trend chase. I mean, and again, if you're going to trend chase, brother, why are you trend chasing? Why are you trend chasing? Why are you trend chasing a Battle Royale? Why are you trend chasing Apex? Seems like a terrible idea. I don't think there's room for literally any more Battle Royales. They tried one. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Didn't they already try this? Apex, I feel like came and went. I could see more people enjoying it than expected. Apex was a spark in the pan a couple of years, and now I barely hear about it. I was going to say, I think Apex still has pretty good pull. They're making games like movies, no fresh ideas, all repeats. It really feels that way. It does. It really does feel that way. It feels like we're just kind of like, well, why don't we try it? Why don't we try? Why don't we try? Why don't we try? It's like, okay. Like eventually, aren't you going to, I don't know. Yeah, Apex currently 5th most played game on Steam. I don't think that game has died. Not by a long shot. You need to trend chase Balatro. That's right. Trend chase Balatro, boys. Lords of the Fallen, I finally gave it a try. I'm not a huge Souls fan, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah? How's it going? Going well? You enjoying it? Having a good time? Does Repo support controller? Oh, it's going to be a mouse and keyboard game. Okay. You like the new animated emote, Zyber? I think that games and gamers go through seasons, and you may not be in that season of life anymore, but someone new is coming to that stage. I wouldn't be trying to take a crack at Apex. Apex is getting regular peaks of 100,000, almost 200,000 players just on Steam alone. Mouse and keyboard. Oh, there you are, Hilly. Hilly. I'm just going to click on your name and see if you answered. What do we need? Okay, Hilly, when are you ready? Are you ready in 20 minutes or an hour and 20? I can't remember. We need Balatro in real life, but without the crazy Joker cards. Mother effer, that's poker. Can do either. Well, I wanted to give people a chance to hit the goals. Twitch can keep trying, obviously, but once we switch to members only on YouTube, there's no more shot for the YouTube boys to rally. So We'll see. We'll see. Why don't we say over the next 17 minutes, we'll just kind of play it by ear and see how it goes. And if we feel like we're kind of done, no problem. We'll shift gears. If you guys start to rally, I'll give you a stay of execution and let you go for it. It's possible to make a graphic similar to the confetti, but when someone offers coffee, it rains beans. Oh, when somebody orders coffee, I don't have the ability to do that. Now, we could make our own alerts to put into OBS, like when we do this, you know, like when it pops out or whatever. Wilbur says I'm done. Okay, yeah, if that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I just wanted to like pay it forward, go crazy, drop some big bombs, give you guys a chance. Like I never want to like throw down a gauntlet like that and then 10 minutes later be like, yep, sorry, we're done, you know. I think Apex is doing fine, says Fuzzy. I have a bunch of friends on Xbox that play too. Defunk says Div 2 was fun. I just never felt it was a huge community. It was small, but it was dedicated. Yeah, I felt like Div 1 and Div 2 kind of went through the same process of like, you know, really decent start and then like just kind of petered out, and then you have that core that keeps playing, but then everybody else kind of says, no, I'm good. Like it always, I feel like that happened with both Div 1 and Div 2. So it was kind of a shame. It was kind of a shame that they never really did anything with survival in Div 2, because survival was just so fun in Div 1. Div 2 F themselves having 6-week plus points before the raid, delayed the raid. Oh, I remember, yeah, they did something with the raid that you're like still angry about, Eugene. Didn't like you and your whole team basically get screwed out of even being able to do it? At least that's what I remember you saying something about that. A bunch of us left and never came back. How much more speculation on GTA 6 release dates until we start using sundials, astrology, and mentions in ancient folklore? I don't think we're there yet. I think at the moment, all the breadcrumbs seem to be leading to next month, May. The marketing will kick up. PlayStation will be involved. And PlayStation will be involved, and then it's launching mid-November. What is 2 a.m. CDT? That's 3 a.m. Eastern. Oh, that's just Central Time. I'm an idiot. So 3 a.m. Eastern. So Expedition 33 will be playable on April 24th at 3 in the morning. Okay, so we'll play that in the afternoon on the 24th. That's Thursday. Okay. They tweeted their little map out. What's the wish list of things I want to see in GTA 6? I try not to do wish lists for games before they come out. So you know what I mean? I don't really have a wish list for that game. I hope Expedition 33 gets you into more turn-based games. It's possible. All that grind to get ready, and then they totally changed the sandbox, negating everything up until then. Completely disrespected the player's time. That's right. I remember that. I remember you saying that they basically invalidated everything that you guys had been working on and building, and there was no way to, like... There wasn't like an, oh, we can fix this. Like, let's just get different weapons or different sets. It was kind of over at that point. Yeah, the moon from the screenshots. Yeah, I never really got big into like the using the moon from the screenshots, using the clues in the t-shirts. Like we did the one where the guy had the t-shirt thing, but it was only because there was something else that came out at the exact same time, and I just kind of coupled them together. But yeah, a lot of the weird theories and stuff that people came up with, just, yeah. It just seemed like people were, at some point, people were just guessing. And some of it was stemming from just like content creators that were, you know, just trying to get you to click on their videos, right? A lot of the uploads, it got to the point where it was like, okay, a couple of you guys are just like making stuff up. So there was a while there was at least a 3-week stretch there where like I wasn't covering anything that was coming out about it because it was like, it was just people kind of stabbing in the dark. Expedition 33 looks fantastic. I love the art style, the animations. I think it's a threat. It's like a sleeper threat. It could make a mad dash for Game of the Year. Not only could it make a mad dash for Game of the Year, but it and Hell Is Us, I think, could be like sleepers that kind of come out of nowhere this year. They could be like those, you know, those smaller titles, maybe lesser known titles that kind of come in and win the hearts of everybody. Schedule 1 Game of the Year? No. I still think that Death Stranding 2 is Game of the Year. Oh, but Oblivion doesn't take too much time, attention away from it. I don't think Oblivion will have the ability to do that. I think Oblivion's primarily going to appeal to hardcore fans. I don't think it's going to have like massive reception. And Blueprints could not. I don't think Blueprints has a shot at stealing Game of the Year, and I'll tell you why. Blueprints, OpenCritic and Metacritic, there's just not enough. They're not gonna have enough votes. So Blueprints has 59, so it's gone up, so that's good. Blueprints has 59 critic reviews on OpenCritic, and it has, let's see here. Why is Metacritic always like this? There we go. Blueprints has 44. The 49, 10, 59, and 8, 67. So it has less than 70. It is good to see that Blueprints has basically doubled its review count, though. Like, I just don't think you could garner enough votes in the jury process. So did Balatro, it got a nom? Well, I don't know if that's true, though. Balatro on OpenCritic does have 62. You're right. You're right. So it could. No, you're correct. Balatro got enough votes, and it only had like 60-something reviews. No, Blueprints is not co-op. My wife and I sit in the same room on the couch, and we just play together, making decisions together. Less than 40 on meta. Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2? A really long time ago I did. Yeah, Blueprints could be the Balatro of this year, but Balatro didn't win Game of the Year. So, it could get the nom, but I don't think Blueprints can win. Like, when it comes time to vote for who the winner is, I think your front runners are going to be games like, Death Stranding 2, GTA 6. You've even got things like Split Fiction that that got really, really good treatment by the press. What DLC will get nominated for Game of the Year this year? Yeah, for real. What DLC's getting nommed? GTA 6 Game of the Year, let's be honest here. I am being honest. I don't think GTA 6 gets it. Yeah, Yote. Yote could get a nom, for sure. You're out. This doesn't have the vibe at all. I think showing pictures of characters like that in a plain background, I don't know. They looked great in the trailers. That's a terrible way to showcase them. I think they look fine. But they definitely, the UC cartoon. Yeah, because there's nothing around them. When she's flying in the trailer, Hot Girl looks great. You put her in a plain area like that, she's just kind of standing around. She looks like a cosplayer. GTA 6, nothing will compare. I don't know about that. You guys are getting really ahead of yourselves. Yeah, they look so much better contextualized in the movie with like After Effects and like camera filters and stuff. You just have them standing in a room. Of course they're going to look a little derpy. GTA 6, nothing will compare. You are too. No, I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not. I think GTA 6 is far more hyped, which makes it far more difficult. I think the confidence that people have in GTA 6, it's like it ain't gonna take much to pull its score down and to get more of a tepid response from the review outlets. I think a lot of people are looking at that game to be like the second coming. I think that's gonna work against it. All right. You guys have 5 minutes to make a mad dash. 5 minutes. If you start to move it and go crazy, I'll delay and we'll wait to stream with Hilly. If we're chill, if we're done trying to hit these goals, no worries. No worries. We'll be done. We'll be chill, and then we'll go and stream with. We'll switch to repo with Hilly. It's why behind-the-scenes photos have ruined movies. Yeah, because you see them completely not contextualized within the shots. To be fair, it was the same with GTA 5. You're not convinced Death Stranding 2 will take it? The reason I feel so convinced is just because I feel like Kojima has reached he's reached a status of, with the gaming press especially. I think his status is higher than it's ever been. I do. I think he just stands so tall that I think it's going to be really tough to beat him. I think he'll be the front runner. PS2 is a boring walking sim. Okay. Unrelated to the actual game, GTA 6 is bigger than him. Yeah, but GTA 6 is bigger than him in a way that it'll be its undoing in the process. I think that's what's going to be its undoing. It can only meet expectations. I think that hurts it in the voting process. Does that make sense? Like when everybody is expecting the game to be so amazing, and then it's amazing, people are like, well, it met my expectations. Like, it's going to be less. I think the celebratory nature of that's not as strong. Like, think about how I felt going into Assassin's Creed Shadows. I was a little guarded and a little like, I don't know. And then it blows me away. And then I sing its praises. If I went into Shadows expecting that, well, it meets that expectations. I don't think that's as potent. It's like, well, it did what I was hoping. You see they're dropping a Doom the Dark Ages trailer at WrestleMania? No, Doesn't mean they won't love it. I'm talking about the review score process. We're not talking about the subjectivity of their experience, like love it, hate it, whatever. what I think that does is I think it creates a pull down. I think it creates a pull down. It's like, well, it met my expectations. We've been dying for this game for so long. It finally showed up, and it was great. I think if that's like sort of the interchange, I think people will be like, again, that scoring process is, I think, is delicate. I think it's a very delicate process. If 10 to 20 people are more tepid and kind of like, well, it met my expectations or fell a little bit below, a little bit below my expectations, that's when you start to slip. That's when you start to slip, and then that's when you lose. That's when you lose the contest, because like you can't maintain the score, you can't maintain the votes. All right, let me get this ready. Let me get this stream with Hilly ready. All right, let's open that. Let's open that. Okay. Now, you guys on YouTube, you have to switch streams. I'll do redirect and all that. This is another one that turned out really good. This is Loops Above and Below. All right, let me get this scheduled. What was the release date leak? The GTA 6 release date leak is mid-November from a reliable leaker. Wait, why did it do that automatically? Oh, okay, it didn't. All right, let me set up a redirect. Okay. Time to head out. All right, have a good trip, Old Soul. Have a good Easter as well. Let's pull that gold down. Pull that gold down. Okay. This is a new experience for me. So what we're going to do is, you guys watching on Twitter, I'm killing the stream on Twitter. Thanks for watching. Oh, that's right. I have to go on the back end and kill the stream on Twitter. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what we need to do now is, I was streaming on Twitter. We were streaming on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube today. Just a little experimundo, you know, just a little experiment. Give me 1 second. Okay. You want to delete your Twitch and make a different account on a new email, but it's giving you hell and being annoying? Sorry that that's happening. You don't understand? Yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, so I'm going to edit the stream info and put us in repo. Done. I'm going to close that. I'm going to get MSI running over here. This computer is old. And it does not like to do much of anything. Okay. Gonna be playing repo with I suppose we should change the Twitch title though. I'm not used to this whole like changing directories thing. Gaming with Hilly. Unrecognized commands title. What? What do you call it then? Okay, it's the title. Okay. Oh, do we have to do the tutorial first? All right. Well, let's shift gears on YouTube. We got to shift gears on YouTube. Make sure you guys smash like on the video on YouTube before we bail. I will spam a link in chat for you. And then I'll also redirect you. Let's see. We got to switch that. Okay. There we go. All right. Thanks so much for being a member here on YouTube. Whether you're a paying member or a gifted member, we thank you very much for that. Always remember that we're trying to get the member count to go up with respect to Member Plus and above. So consider upgrading. It's a $6 membership instead of the $5 or the gifteds. And we'll do those IRL streams and celebrations in the backyard. And also streams with Madam and stuff. So don't forget about that. If you guys are watching on Twitch, thank you for continuing to watch on Twitch. We appreciate you so much. And let's see here. I'm going to end the previous stream and redirect folks over. And then I will change the thumbnail.